Is it some devil that crawls inside of you?
Hey folks, welcome back to the Bad Advocate Podcast. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. You got to break the tension because like as soon as you hit record, people, it's like there's a switch and they like go like,
absolutely,
they get all stiff and it's like, hey dude, remember when you were fucking chilling 5 seconds ago? Can that person come back? You know
That's the same thing with this dang thing.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. When you put it on the table, I felt myself getting like a little stiff and a little like
watching me.
Yeah, like it was like it definitely became weird. Yeah,
I always
choke up
better.
on that thing.
Choke up
bring it up. Yeah,
like
bring it. Just bring it. You know, maybe like that. That's fine. Just a little.
Okay.
Because you have a big, nice, great beard. That thing's gonna fucking stop all the sound waves from your voice.
The podcast is gonna be like, oh yeah, I see it. You got to tune into my channel now.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Cross promote, just like you said. I do need to get the camera for the podcast to film because I think it'll really just be the push that it needs, and I have no excuse at this point.
Would you think about going live with it?
I don't know,
like
about
on Twitch or something
live.
like that.
I don't really know what Twitch is. I know what it is, but I don't know. Also, the shit I say will get me kicked off Twitch in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had people like ask to have their episodes removed just because like in hindsight they're like, I have a real job or I'm running for office. You know, like there's things like they have to.
Dang, there's some big dogs through here.
No, not really. I mean, they are to me, but just everyone levels up in life and then they go, oh yeah, people are like scrubbing your Twitter to make sure all the N-word jokes are out of there or something. So you gotta like, not that we do that here, but you know what I mean. And also, guys, excuse the echo. I don't really care about the echo, but I'm sure it might be a little funky for those listening, and maybe my producer, the guy who mixes it, J-Lo. So, dude, welcome.
But before we get to it, why is there an echo? Like, where are we?
I don't know. I'm not a sound engineer. I have no idea what that goes about.
I would say because we're in the new Cold Coast Brewery.
Yeah, the fucking new Cold cocked my own voice there. Cold Coast Brewery on Ocean in Lompoc, California. When's the opening date?
Oh gosh. They wanted St. Patrick's Day this year.
Oh, okay.
But they're having a little hang up with the electrical work.
Of what's new.
Right.
Let me tell you.
But I guess the supply line's affecting everything.
Oh, it is. I'll tell you what, right now, I work for an electrician, and a lot of times it's just like, oh, we can't do that because we don't have the materials.
That's awful.
Yeah.
It's like go home for the day. Or
oh no, get to stay home. Bummer. But yeah, no, so that sucks that St. Patrick's Day isn't going to be the opening, but I'm so excited because I saw the lettering up there.
Right, that's awesome.
It's been there for years now at this point, which is so weird because I was like, oh, that place is never going to open. And now I'm sitting in it with you, which is super cool. So, first of all, introduce yourself. Like, what? Give me your name.
Who am I?
Who are you? No, just give me your name. Just
I'm Max Janatsch.
Janatsch.
AKA Flying 90.
What's Flying 90?
So that's a great question. In 2014 is when I invented it, I guess, or thought of the name.
Yeah.
And the flying is because I did a lot of drone stuff, like primarily drone stuff. And then 90s is
like
the
you
year I
used
was
to
born.
drone children in the Middle East, like with bombs, or what? What do you mean when you say drone?
I can't talk about that part. No, I used to fly Phantoms, DJI Phantom drones.
What
the big like white ones?
That? Oh, that sounds like something that bombs people, dude. Not gonna lie.
It shoots people, but with cameras.
Oh, okay. That's a little better.
So I did a lot of like landscape stuff and like outdoors.
Right on.
And then I just made I had my own, my YouTube channel first was Max Janatsch.
So are you 32?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the 90?
I will be 32 this year, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where the 90's coming from? Got it. Okay. I figure a lot of the times when it's like a 90 thing or like the late 80s thing, it's usually someone's date of birth because that's when emails started popping up and it's like, oh, like I got to have my birthday in there. So
you see a lot of people with like EST 1989, 1990,
yeah.
And it's like, you're not that old.
Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway, you're full of shit.
Yeah. So back to my story. Sorry.
Please, yeah.
My old YouTube channel, just Max Janatsch, I got in trouble on Google for their AdSense program. because my buddies were clicking on my ads, so I would get money.
Yeah.
And then Google found out,
busted.
and once you get found out, you're banned for life.
No way. Oh shit.
You could petition it once, and they said, no, thank you for playing, but sorry.
Oh, that's fucked up. So you had to. So how do you bypass that?
So for everyone listening, what I did was I made Flying 90 under my dad's name on YouTube.
Okay.
And then just went from there, started over. I only had like 46 subscribers on my original channel, but now I just started over and I'm up to like 1,400.
That's a big number. I don't have 46 on mine. I also just post audio, so who the fuck wants to watch a still image to, dick jokes? I apologize if this is your first time finding out I'm funny.
I knew you were funny. I'm a listener.
All right, good. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not funny. Calm down. I'm not that full of myself. My head's big genetically, not because the narcissism.
Are you a narcissist?
A little bit. I had someone bring you to my attention and this really interesting story about some tumultuous times in your life that you need to talk about. You had, I think, mentioned to this person who shall go nameless, I need to go on like a podcast and like talk to someone about it. Do you know anyone? And he was like, well, son of a bitch. I do, unfortunately. Dallas, fucking me, Bronson.
Is
that how it went?
I think it was the other way.
Other way?
He was like, dude, your stories, what you got going on is pretty wild. And someone needs to talk about it. I was like, well, should I have a podcast? And then like getting into anything, you start looking like equipment and it's like, oh gosh, I can't do this.
You can. It's total. I know because I am a shisty motherfucker. I do not like spending money on anything. That's probably the biggest reason why there's no cameras or no video to the podcast yet. And that's why I'm using like instrument mics. Like this is like a vocal mic. That's like a drum mic right there. I mean, that was, given to me, and so was this. So it's like, beggars can't be choosers necessarily.
Right. But it works.
I never thought to like get a better one or a new one. So, it's I get it.
This is bringing out like I have a bucket list item, like a bucket list.
You want some phallic in your hand to your face like that, or?
I mean, who doesn't?
Amen. What's
but no, one of them is I just want to go up on stage and just get lead screamo vocals for one song.
What band?
Ooh, As I Lay Dying, Atreyu.
As I Lay Dying. Is that the Murder for Hire guy, As I Lay Dying?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a story, right?
Wow. Oh, son of a bitch. This is ironic. Maybe let's leave that one out. Kind of incriminating.
That's a gnarly story. Who would ever... I mean, that's what we're getting into, right?
Yeah, we're going to find out, aren't we? So this story basically is about you and your ex-wife. Or the story of who this person is and...
Or isn't.
Not to mythicize it or anything. Like, we actually how did you guys meet? How old are you? How did you guys meet,
So we met in 2019 on Instagram.
Of course. That's very normal, nothing to be ashamed of.
Right, it's mind-blowing. We met on Instagram. She had a boyfriend at the time and was living in Florida.
Wild place.
Right.
Gotcha.
And then they moved back to Colorado and broke up.
Moved back to Colorado? What do you mean back to Colorado?
So they were initially living in Colorado.
Okay.
And then she lost her job or something, or got a different job in Florida.
Okay.
And then they lived there for a little bit. And then... I don't remember why they initially moved back. I think he just hated Florida.
Oh, okay.
He didn't like the heat and the humidity.
Yeah, you got to kind of have the
want for that.
Yeah, well, you got to have the constitution for that kind of weather. It's either you love it or you don't. But I used to date this chick, and her dad got a job offer in California, and he was like, I'm just going to go, see what it is. And he said the second he got off the plane and felt like the climate here, he was like, oh, we're moving, baby. We're going. So
it's unbeatable here.
His whole family here to the Central Coast. I was like, well, you moved from Florida to here? What the hell? And he was like living it up. He got like a new truck, got a promotion, got a nice 2-story house. And I was like, this
awesome.
dude's loves the weather. He's like fucking living it here. So I understand, like, if you're somewhere. Anyways, back to it. Colorado, they moved back to Colorado.
Yeah, and then they broke up, obviously.
I mean, I hope so. Otherwise, you married someone who's in a relationship.
Right. But, I mean, I guess that happens a lot.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Fair enough. What led to... So you guys started talking before they had moved back?
No. not talking, but like I just the usual like responding to her Instagram like stories and that kind of
fire
stuff.
reactions.
Yeah,
just sending dick pics is like too far yet. I get it. Nice.
I'm dead with the dick jokes. Like you just got me dead right there.
The way you guys met though was just like, messaging on Instagram. When did you guys meet in person? How'd you guys kind of begin a relationship?
Yeah. So she actually, I guess when they broke up, then she thought of me. Yeah. And was like, who is this? Who's that guy? And then followed me back. And then that's when we started like messaging and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we had plans. She posted on her story, like, does anyone want to go see Incubus at Red Rocks?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay. Like, A, I do want to meet you, and B, I'd like to see Incubus. But then later, like a month later, they played in Santa Barbara. Mm. So am I that big of an Incubus fan, or did I really want to meet Homegirl? So anyways, the concert was in September, and I planned to go out there. But then this was in June. Mm-hmm. Like May, June time. And then we started talking and she's like, hey, I want to see this place called Shiprock. Would you like to come out to it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So then I ended up flying to Colorado like 2 weeks later and we go on this whole huge road trip for 11 days through 4 states.
You just met this person, you just go on a fucking road trip? Okay.
So I guess leading up to there's more parts too that we would
obviously there's a connection, like you're talking, obviously, but I'm just saying like that's pretty bold.
Yeah, we would FaceTime every day.
A make or break kind of thing too.
And that's what was crazy because on the road trip we got along so great. I was like, this is my person, such an amazing connection. Like I would move to Colorado, but then she ended up moving to Lompoc.
Which is, explain that. Why'd she move to Lompoc?
I guess for love.
For love?
That's what she said.
Okay. What was she doing for a job over there?
In Colorado?
Yeah.
Not high school counselor, a middle school counselor.
Oh, okay.
Just hanging out with the children.
So nuts.
Right.
Driven nuts. I talked to a middle school counselor once, and I think we both decided we should leave the school.
Crazy.
I'm just teasing.
That one went over my head.
No, I'm just teasing. So you guys meet over Instagram, you building this connection. You guys go on a road trip for, you said 11 days all across the country?
Yeah, 4 states, 11 days.
4 states, 11 days.
From Colorado down to Utah to Arizona to New Mexico, and then back up to Colorado.
That's a cool trip. Right on.
Yeah, it was super awesome.
I never even thought about that as like a course. I'm always like, we can go left, we can go right, we can go north, we can go south. We cannot go in a circle. Right. That never occurred to me that you could do that.
The fun thing about my YouTube channel is the last almost 10 years of my life are pretty well documented on there.
And that's so cool because I think a lot of people don't realize that you want to look back at a lot of your life and you can't. Like, I love when I have an old picture and I can compare it to something today that is how it was different 10 years ago. And so you documented all of this, and you have videos you record and like time lapses.
Oh yeah, you can see the whole trip.
Really? I don't know what these what your YouTube channel's like. I haven't checked it out. I'm honestly like really bad with YouTube. I can't sit still. It really drives me nuts. Like I have to be like medicated to sit still. So one of the things that the podcast has actually helped me with is like communicating and sitting still and being focused. So,
nice.
To get this is nice. But what's you said? And the Flying 90 is also the name of your channel. Mm-hmm. Nice. Just at the Flying 90. Is that universal across all your social media?
No. So a lot of them was able to get just Flying 90.
Okay.
But on Instagram, someone else has it and never posts anything.
Isn't that the worst? Someone has Dallas Bronson on Instagram, and it's like just some random dude who posted a selfie and hasn't been active in 10 years. I'm like, give me the fucking name. Because mine's pretty good, but
then how do you become like Facebook where you can just steal Meta, or even though some other business owned it?
Yeah, what the fuck
and
is that
we'll just
about?
bankrupt you.
Yeah, legal fees. You can't do this. That's fair. Oh, that's crazy. They could just be tyrants for things they want.
It's like, I want this.
Good for them. They're the new like dictators and tyrants of the world is
Surreals.
tech and like these crazy. But I don't want to get into that honestly. I really want to know more about this story because I know nothing.
I know we're getting sidetracked here.
I know. We're gonna do that a lot. So just put up with us, guys. So she moved to Lompoc. How long was it until she moved to Lompoc with you?
Okay, so the road trip ended in June, and then so she was a counselor, right? So she had summers off, and I was like, hey, you're not doing anything. Do you want to come out here for 4th of July? I'll show you Lompoc and this and that. And she's like, yeah, absolutely. Ended up staying at it for like a month.
Wow.
And then we're like, what are we going to do here? Are we going to stay together? Do you want to move to Lompoc? Do I want to move to Colorado?
Yeah.
And if most people don't know this, a lot of people think I don't like the cold, which they're actually pretty right. But I like being prepared. If I'm prepared for the cold, that's a totally different thing.
Who likes cold? Who likes it walking out and be like, I forgot a jacket. I'm cold today.
Exactly.
I think everyone understands where you're coming from.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So she hung out here for like a month. Everything was amazing. Then she tried to find a job here. And on the way back to go back to Colorado to get her stuff or stay, she ended up getting a job through the foster care system.
Oh, really?
And then,
wow.
yeah.
Just like that. Yeah, because no one wants to work with those kids. Makes sense. They probably hired her real quick. They're like, please.
Like, thank you. We've had this listing for months. And
it's like a house you can't sell. Like, we've remodeled it and everything.
Right.
There's definitely something wrong with the plumbing. The piss is everywhere. But
so she accepted the job and then moved here. And that was in September. And then by
September
October
2019.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And by October.
Then we had our place.
You had a place. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't get a place with my girlfriend until like 7 years into our relationship. So
that's smart.
Okay.
Take it really slow.
Well, tell me why take it really slow, because 2019 was a couple years ago.
Right, it was
right around the corner back there. What the fuck happened?
I don't even.
Here, let me just go over some of these
questions. Where
questions.
do we even begin?
So you guys are no longer together, right?
Correct.
I know we're just like dancing, beating around the bush here, but this is someone you kind of like would like to, for lack of a better word, like expose for like an abusive behavior that was directed towards you.
Right.
So why is that? What happened? Were there some red flags with this individual, with homegirl?
Yeah, I would say
something
so.
you'd notice up until then?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
the timeline's really tough to paint.
I understand. So we can skip back and forth. I was told to ask about this arrest incident. I would get a play-by-play of what happened. So we're going to jump around.
We can talk about that. I'm sure you understand the legalities of all of this more than I do.
Not at all. We can definitely talk about it. And if you don't want me to have it or post it, we can just take it off, or I can just make people. I don't have a huge podcast. I'm really not worried about someone listening. It's my waist size is huge. Maybe come on. We gotta. We can absolutely talk about that. And I was requested to ask about that, and I didn't even know. So now I want to know about it. So
we're
as
jumping.
An individual.
We're going from
it's a Tarantino movie. It's going everywhere.
Lovey-dovey in 2019 to then boom, arrested the day before Thanksgiving.
What the fuck? Arrested the day before Thanksgiving? You just threw that in there. It was just a Wednesday. But
just another normal Wednesday in my life.
Okay, 2 years from 2019 or when?
Yeah, this was
last Thanksgiving, 2021.
Yeah, we've been separated now since then.
Yeah, wow. She got arrested. She got arrested, not you. Usually it's the other way around.
Exactly.
Huh? Which is so weird because, I mean, I did watch my mom get taken away in handcuffs when I was a kid, and instead of my dad, but, neither here nor there. We'll get there. She's around. Love my mom. Just saw her. There was glass between us, but you know what I mean.
I know. I was thinking about getting a beer here since we are at a brewery.
I mean, I don't fucking live here or work here. I can't just go snag something.
So yeah, arrested.
What is that about?
Like,
she got arrested. What? Yes. Start from the beginning. It's fall. There's leaves on the ground. There's cornucopia decorations and old pumpkins somewhere around.
So the fun fact is, our house actually really lacked holiday spirit.
Well, by the sound of things, that was on her. You have holiday spirit. You got like an orange beard. It's kind of festive for the time of the year.
Right.
You have you have an autumn beard.
Dang, that's a really nice compliment.
Well, sorry, I'm a boy. I can't.
We're getting sidetracked again, but this is just kind of interesting.
It's okay. Is it?
Yeah, last night I was at the Sham.
Wicked Shamrock Irish Surf Pub.
Shout out to the Sham. Yep,
absolutely. Best watering hole. You can find me there every weekend because I have a drinking problem.
Except for last night. I was hoping to see you, but you said you're at Naughty Oak.
Yeah, I was at Naughty Oak. I was already shit-faced when I like showed up, and then I got more drunk, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't drink tomorrow. I'm feeling a little bit of Saturday scaries, a little bit of anxiety right now, and I didn't even. It doesn't matter, but yeah.
So, anyways, on that part though, you would not believe how many dudes want to run their fingers through this beard.
Yeah,
just dudes.
Okay. I get it. Just dudes. No chicks.
No chicks.
That's ridiculous. I've never heard of like there not being ladies that want to touch beards.
They like it, but they're not trying to.
Is it
actively,
nice? Is it soft?
Do you want to?
No. I know everyone else does. I'm good.
I just wanted to give you the opportunity.
I appreciate it. We'll do it when we like least expect it. Just gonna molest your beard over there. Is it soft or something?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it
think
looks
so.
soft. Nice to.
Use conditioner.
What do you do? Oh, you use conditioner.
Just shampoo and conditioner, and that's it.
I mean, yeah. That was my little life hack when I was a kid. When I first started getting pubes, my friend, he was like, dude, they fucking itch all the time. And I was like, you got to put conditioner in them. They won't itch.
Good to know.
Also just shower in general, bud.
Right.
That's what happens when you're like 13, 14.
Jock itch is the gift that keeps on giving.
What the fuck? Can we talk about that? What the fuck is up with jock? You have no idea how many times I have to just get a new can of jock itch spray. I do a lot of like physical, sweaty, gross, friction-y activities, so it's probably on me. But
what's your favorite?
Probably jujitsu.
Nice. Yeah. I saw your sticker. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thanks for noticing. No one's ever mentioned that, and it's really annoying. Actually,
if I want to toot my own horn, like I see Gracie, right?
Yeah, Gracie Bond. Yeah.
That's and then I saw the black sticker, but yeah, I recognize the Gracie logo.
I know you said black sticker, but that's a Wu-Tang reference.
Okay, that's
not just a black person thing.
Is that I was gonna say, is that the Wu-Tang logo? Nice.
No, cash rules everything around me. This is jujitsu rules everything around me. No reason to be racist.
Dream.
Fucking. We don't need to talk about my water bottle.
Right.
I'm sorry, getting sidetracked here. Fucking. Why are we getting so sidetracked?
This is great though, because
it's the air quality in this room.
I was on a Instagram Live one time.
Bragging, huh?
Right.
Wow. High profile. Tell me more.
It was great, but it was like I was like so nervous, and it was like maybe 10 minutes, and that was it.
It's weird when you first do those. It's kind of nerve-wracking. You're like, gotta talk and entertain the people.
I was nervous for this all day.
Really?
Oh yeah, I took like 3 fear dumps before I came.
Fear dumps. Oh, they were like real watery, like sloshy.
With all the Mexican food and ramen I've been eating lately, it's just like.
I know. I heard you eat a lot of ramen and candy.
I'm a recovering vegan.
Love candy. Dude, oh my God.
I'm on the.
Are you really?
I still like to eat like plant-based as much as I could.
Why?
I think it is pretty healthy for you.
Why do you think that? You said you think it's pretty healthy. You don't sound very confident.
Well, because I'm not a doctor.
I understand, but you don't have to be a doctor to know things. Like I'm not a, like how to pump your own gas. Like you know how to do a lot of things that other people are like, well, I'm not a rocket scientist, and it's like, yeah, you figured shit out.
Okay, I feel that.
So jack of all trades, master of none, whatever.
Pretty much.
I am actually a huge proponent of an animal-based diet, so I find it really interesting that you like a plant-based diet. I've never gotten to like have this conversation with someone like civilly without like insulting them over the internet or something.
Right.
So, because people are very cultish and very defensive about their like dietary choices. I think it's like in the 21st century has been one of the strangest, most trivialized and like emboldened route people take to kind of I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like posture behind. I'm guilty of it too, but
right.
Why do you think plant-based is healthy?
So I wasn't going into the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. But she was, and then she definitely was the cook of the house, so she did all of our cooking mostly.
Yeah, so you're like, okay.
And
I'm not gonna cook, bitch. Better
right, and like if you don't cook, you can't complain.
That's true.
And it did taste amazing.
Oh yeah,
so like,
that's true.
I'm not trying to knock that too. Like, I'm just eating grass.
Wheatgrass shots.
But I love the food we ate. But then I thought my like testosterone levels are dropping significantly. I took a at-home test where you prick your thumb and stuff, and it came back like in the reds for my age group. I'm like,
what? Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I'm like 29. Why am I have low testosterone?
Do you know what per deciliter it was? Not to out you
I have
what
no
your
idea.
numbers were, but it was in the red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, mine's like just above red or like yellow, and so I don't know. I'm always trying to keep it higher.
Right.
I went to the doctor and like asked him about it, and I was like, hey, this is kind of low. And they're like, you're fine. I'm like, not really.
Well, can we boost it?
Yeah. And I'm like, so I'm going to get older. It's only going to get lower. I saw something recently. It was like a TikTok or something. It said, when you're at a doctor and you ask about an option for something you're concerned about and they just brush over it, there's that person taking notes or they're taking notes, automatically say, okay, well, you put in notes that you're deciding not to treat me for that or deciding not to follow through with treatment on that. They change their attitude real quick and they address it and they go, oh shit, like that's a paper trail that they don't know I have to make. And so it's like it's not even
sneaky.
It's not sneaky. It's being responsible for yourself, and someone's
sneaky on their side. Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? Because it's like, oh, you have to take me seriously because it's my fucking health, and I know you don't have to worry about what's going in and out of my body unless it's something you're administering. So take your fucking job seriously.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take this seriously. I want my hormones taken seriously. We're gonna talk about this stuff. You gotta be intentional with your health, and when you're talking to people like that, I realized like a lot of times people are in this scary situation. My girlfriend Kylie was pointing it out, I believe, and she was like, maybe it's someone else actually, I forget who, but I was having a really great discussion about this specific thing, and exactly where you're in a situation, you don't know any better, they know everything more than you, you're already like feel vulnerable, you're in this room waiting for them, they might take your clothes off, it's like a bad first date or something.
Right. It's like, no wonder I have high blood pressure.
Yeah. It's like, I'm fucking stressed out. They're like, oh, your heart's racing. I'm like, my fucking dick is out. Right. I know.
My dick's out and I see a silver tray over there. Like, this
is that a scalpel? Jesus. And they bring out the magnifying glass. Oh, okay. Insult me. Why don't you? All right.
So I thought being a vegan, my testosterone levels dropped because I wasn't eating meat or getting like more we got a lot of protein, but I think, one of the big reasons why I don't like eating as much animal products, unless it's like organically grown and free range, I think they put so much shit in them, like the hormones and...
Yeah, they do, but they put a lot of factory farming, puts a lot of chemicals, and something that actually, funnily enough, works really well for humans, and why humans are so much larger in general than they were 50 years ago is a lot of these growth hormones.
Right.
We're essentially eating steroids sometimes. And you can't actually form opinions without cholesterol. Did you know
that's
that?
crazy. No.
Yeah, like the function in your brain, you need cholesterol, and if you can't form opinions, you can't argue points. So if you're vegan and you don't have those animal products, which help you form that good cholesterol, you're only going to believe what you already have believed. So that's why, unfortunately, vegans get caught in this really cyclical kind of lifestyle and mentality, and they don't even witness in like their mental health declining, their hormones declining, and it really sucks because I have a lot of friends who are vegan and they have been for years, or maybe they've just started it and they're going well for them. But I have other friends that have really poor health, really poor mental health. They have that like skinny fat, soft tissue, and they're just not thriving, and they don't see the difference because I don't know. I just met you, bud.
I'm skinny fat,
but they're not thriving, and I don't think they witness it because they're kind of hiding behind like the morality of it instead of like addressing like the individual autonomy they
right
can have.
And those are going to be the ones that are going to shove it down your throat too.
Well, yeah,
judge like, you're a meat eater.
Of course, you double down, especially when you think like someone has a really good point against you. You're going to like lash out in response, and when something might actually be wrong, people are going to have great points to make because there's a glaring things. But I could talk about that for like 3 hours.
We'll have to have like 2 episodes maybe. One on vegans.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I want to get back to you. So you went vegan for this lady, but she went to jail for you. So what is what happened?
What did I get out of it?
Why did she go to jail? What happened?
So yeah, we did start talking about that, and then we took a huge detour.
Yeah.
So that day, the day before, we'll just talk about how the whole thing went down. I mean, I made it in my declaration, so it's on record.
Okay.
Right? I think that stuff's public record.
Yes. Yes, it is. You're
cool. Right on. Do you even know? So that doesn't matter. So.
Do you even know, you fucking idiot?
I'm really good at blocking out trauma.
Yeah.
Out of my head. So like, if I stumble here a little bit.
You think you're good, or like other people are worse at it?
No, I just think I'm pretty good at just like
it's probably a good sign.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's an evolutionary advantage to not be, you know, because there's some people who are just like prisoners of their trauma.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, you can't go back and change that. Like, you can only go forward.
And that was homegirl for sure.
Yeah.
Because she would always be like, oh, everything I've been through, I'm surprised I'm not on drugs or a hooker.
Oh, so she was constantly like victimizing, crucifying herself. Did you ever ask her if she needed help on or off the cross?
What does that mean?
Like she's fucking nailing herself to the cross, thinking she's Jesus. Oh, I died for all these sins. I'm so great. Yeah, a lot of people who are just like extremely self-indulgent in all of their
I've never heard that. That's beautiful.
Oh, it's like from an old fucking Kevin Spacey movie, I think. It was The Ref, when his mom's being so like, I do everything for you, and da, 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 da. And he's like, next time, Mom, you're feeling unappreciated, I'm gonna get you a big fucking cross and you can nail yourself to it. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
So maybe that was her.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So Tuesday night, right? Because Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thanksgiving.
Thursday, yeah.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this is gonna sound insane. I like to one wheel to my work.
Okay.
Because it's beautiful, right? So on that day, it's like a skateboard.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. You like to one wheel to work.
You wouldn't believe how many people have never seen one of these things.
I just block it out like trauma, honestly.
So I like riding that or my bike to work. This is important to the story.
Okay.
And that day it was beautiful out. I took it to, I stretched it out so it's about 3 miles now instead of just one, just to like 30 minutes, nice morning ride. Rode my bike to work, asked her before, I was like, hey, is it cool if I ride my bike to work today? It's like, oh yeah, no worries. I'm just gonna be hanging out in the backyard all day. We did talk about doing a photo shoot later that evening. And I was like, hey, let me know if you wanna do it. I'll come home right away. I mean, we only like to shoot during golden hour.
Okay.
And I'm home by 3 anyways, so.
Okay, so golden hour is like within the next hour or two after that.
Like 5 or 6 that evening. Daylight savings time.
Yeah, because that's gonna be fallback, so yeah.
So then I'm leaving. I'm like, hey, it's like around noon. I'm like, hey, do you still want to do this? I'll come home early. I'm kind of bored at work anyways. No, you're good. I can't really decide. And then like an hour later, I'm like, okay, I'm coming home. And then she's like, where are you? Do you even want to go? I'm like, yeah, sure. If you want to go.
I'm going to stop you right there. The 2 red flags, first of all, obviously what you had said, but at the beginning when you said you asked her if it was cool if you rode your bike to work, did she not have a vehicle? Was there?
We have 2 vehicles.
So why would it even matter if you rode your bike to work?
So I think it was a real control issue. And then like.
So she had like the control of like, she decides when you're going to commute on your bike or not?
Right. Like
that's a huge red flag. Like I wanted to stop you right there, but I know we've been sidetracked so much and I also want to take you, seriously. And
so
I am. I
do you want another one?
Sure.
That's what I'm going to say. A red flag, I guess. That's what we'll just call them.
They are. Yeah.
The other day, the last like first time it like really rained in town. Just like really rained. Like you saw my Jeep out there.
Yeah.
It's a sweet Jeep.
It's a sweet Jeep.
I'm obviously gonna take that to work. Why not? The 8th Street's flooded.
Yeah.
She's like, no, why are you taking that? Take the Subaru. And I'm like, what difference does it make?
All-wheel drive really better in the rain. She might have a point there.
Over them 35s?
That's true, but I don't know. I've never driven a Jeep with big wheels like that. So
we should take it for a drive after this.
Oh, it's terrifying. I can't wait. Tell me.
Yeah, so that was like a red flag.
So she was just like, no, like take that, like.
And I got so conditioned and to the point in my life where it was just easier to just whatever.
Okay. I'm gonna take something out of context here. When you went to go get your stuff, this is something that was told third party to me. She rage peed on all your clothes and bags of stuff. Is that right? Did I get that right?
So that didn't happen, thankfully.
Okay.
But so that was a threat.
It was a threat? She threatened?
She didn't threaten me, but she wrote this memoir over quarantine. This was a COVID project, right? And
what was it called?
I don't remember.
That's a dumb name.
Right.
Memoir. I don't remember. All right, you don't remember the name. Got it.
Yeah, I don't remember what she called it.
Must have.
Because I'd love to find it.
I've been told it's quite unfindable. So.
Unreal.
Yeah.
That must have cost a pretty penny.
Yeah, scrubbed it from the internet.
There was actually So after she got out of jail, someone created a GoFundMe for her and was like, hey, and the funny thing is, for the GoFundMe, she used a photo that I took.
Oh my God. Okay, before we go anywhere, I need to know what happened.
Right, okay, right. So it's around 2, I'm coming home, I'm texting her, like, I'm still game to go to the beach if you are, to do this photo shoot for you. I get home and she's freaking out because she can't find the right outfit she wants. And then is telling me how I took too long at the work.
So she's taking that out on you because she can't find an outfit she likes.
Exactly.
Wow, really not taking any personal responsibility here, lashing out at you. This already sounds like, just out of context, of course, because I'm not there in the situation, just sounds like abusive behavior. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. I realized I'm a domestic violence survivor. Which
is not funny, but it's interesting you say that, because a lot of people claim they're victims of abuse, much like your ex-wife here. And it's, I don't know if she is or isn't, but a lot of people just like to use those buzzwords because they finally get to be interesting and get attention. Because if you're a victim of something, you get built-in attention. Someone will always be around the corner to feel sympathy for you and always give you a break. And it's kind of like a weird manipulative kind of thing people do. So I'm always like, I always take that with a grain of salt when people claim like, oh, my abuser. And it's like, did he just call you a bitch because you're being a bitch? You know, like, was he really an abuser? Oh, I was verbally abused. I'm like, but was your head put through a wall? Like, I don't know how much
Were there
sympathy
alcohol bottles thrown at you?
Like, yeah, like what's the, did that happen to you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
We're getting into the,
all right.
That's the next day though.
So don't jump ahead here. We're not going anywhere past when she's getting arrested right now. I need to know.
Oh, right. We're still on Tuesday though.
Tuesday, coming home.
Loses it.
Started it.
That evening after the photo shoot, like I think the launch is at like 10. I had plans to go up to Figueroa with a buddy and to film the launch.
Oh, which launch?
Ooh.
It was just one of the SpaceX launches or something? Okay. There's people who don't know.
I think it was like one of the Titan heavies. It was like
here.
An important one, or like you know, like hey, the windows might break.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you. I think I recall this now.
So then, so I get home and she's losing it. Then why? I don't remember like the afternoon, like the evening part.
Yeah, so something happened like where you were gonna go on the photo shoot, you came home, she couldn't find her outfit she wanted, and she was taking this out on you.
The outfit, the weather was supposedly changing. I was like, dude, it's gonna be badass. There's little clouds, like
good backdrop. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So this was happening on Tuesday. She got arrested Wednesday. What happened Wednesday then?
Well, so Tuesday night, an important thing though is she found out she was not a fan of my parents. Oh, and they had a huge falling out over the summer. Yeah.
Unless your parents are like Nazis or something, I don't know.
No, they're great. They're amazing people.
Well, there's been some amazing Nazis. We got the NASA space program, you know, that's how the whole rockets are being launched over there. I'm just teasing. But
I'm like, wait a second, I'm just gonna spit up my water.
You're like, oh fuck, how'd you get me on this podcast?
So they had a huge falling out over the summer, zero communication. She lost it on them actually. But that's another story. But she had like this huge screaming argument with them in the Sequoias. And then we ended up packing up and bailing out in the morning before they even woke up. We had different campsites.
Oh my God.
So then flash forward to then here. And it's like, I work with my dad. I can't like not text him.
You can't be like, awkward day at the office, you know?
So then like they would still text me here and there, just like really short stuff, because they knew like they couldn't really talk to me anymore.
That's terrifying.
And then she found out I was still talking to my parents.
Who the fuck? Can you listen to those words you just said?
Right.
Can you repeat those?
Right. Who gets mad at you for talking to your parents?
Who the fuck gets mad at you for talking to your parents?
And then she went on Instagram like that night or was it the next day or the next morning, and was like, I demand respect and loyalty and like all of this like buzzwords like you were saying. Yeah. And it's like, well, dude, you're not reciprocating it ever. How can you get respect when you don't give it? Yeah.
Jeez, she sounds like a real fucking nutcase. So this was
just like you're saying, all the plant-based, she doesn't have enough cholesterol in her head, and she's just believing her own narrative.
God, no wonder she's so crazy. Her mental health is affected. She doesn't have the right nutrients and vitamins to like. And I'm not just trying to shit on vegans and plant-based people. It is like an actual health determination that these people's mental health is like a huge amount of people go into depressions and manic episodes and are just you can have anxiety without depression, but you can have depression without anxiety, or vice versa. And so pairing those together, because they're so symbiotic with a plant-based diet, it's really a Molotov cocktail for a person. That's why I go so hard against it too, is because like there's loved ones that I have where it's like, you're only going to get worse from here. Your gums are going to look worse. Your hair is going to thin. You're going to age like half as times fast, like, or 1.5 times faster. It's not going to be pretty. You're going to be pale. I can't support this. You know,
right.
So I'm sure there's people in your life that kind of saw you, not for being plant-based, but saw you in this toxic relationship, trying to pull you out of it, huh?
Oh yeah, there's a whole, I guess I could say my name.
Yeah.
There's a whole Free Max group, Free Max gang.
Wow.
Yeah, I had no idea that was going on behind the scenes.
Well, that just proves that you probably are a really good, nice person, and people love you, and they didn't want you to be in this toxic relationship. So she's freaking out on you Tuesday night. Because she found out you're still talking to your parents. Mm-hmm. Okay, what happened after that?
Then
that must have been fucking, especially
so she's like, take your stuff. She told me to take Higgins, which was rad. That's my dog.
Did you get your dog?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I never lost
guys.
him. Yeah, like I don't give a fuck about anything else. Like as long as I have that guy.
Yeah. Good.
Take your stuff. You and Higgins go stay at your sister's house. I'm like, okay.
So did she like instruct you how you were gonna deal with the fight, basically?
With my parents, or
no? Like it sounds like she gave you the instructions to take your dog, take your stuff, stay at your sister's. Like she knew,
like we're done,
what your role is.
Right. She
was like, we're fighting, but here's your script. That's
exactly
what that sounds like. That's very controlling.
Oh yeah. Wild way to put it.
That's what it looks like and sounds like. I think that, you know, it's good to talk about this and good to talk to other people who are going to get a different perspective. It's either going to reinforce what you went through, or it's going to shine a light on something you went through that you maybe weren't privy to before. So
I've been reading a lot of books on gaslighting and narcissists and how to deal with, how to recover from that. And it's like, damn, it's followed the bullet points to the T.
Isn't it the word? My dad, he was telling me he's reading a book on borderline personality disorder because his estranged wife that he like is trying to get divorced from is a fucking psycho, like lunatic, and is super controlling. So I'm very sensitive to this topic and subject because there's someone I know that everyone's trying to get out of a marriage, you know, like everyone loves my dad. He's super cool, nice, giving, forgiving too, and just caught in this toxic cycle.
Oof. I don't even know how to say this, but like, why do toxic people exist? And why can't they fix themselves?
I don't know.
I realized,
I really don't know.
Homegirl is so much like Kanye West.
Oh, is she black?
No.
Oh, okay.
But we're like such a narcissist.
Oh, narcissist. Got it.
They have their whole, they've created this whole universe for themselves, and they're so obsessed with it. And anyone that challenges it or says like anything against it, that's like a threat to them.
Oh, I bet when this is out, it'll be a threat to her.
Right.
I can't wait.
If she listens to it.
No, I'm sure. I mean, just because you're going to be highlighted. You know what I mean? You need 2 hands there?
Yeah.
What happened? Your candy wrapper got stuck?
I can only keep those things in for so long.
Oh, it was a Zen. Oh. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Okay, that
shout out to
our
podcast sponsor, Zen.
Zen. Oh, that'd be a cool sponsor. I can't take those Zen pouches. I tried one once and I just got nauseous immediately. I was at the bar and I was like, oh, I'm not even drinking and I'm fucking falling out of my stool here. It was wild. It felt like when you take too much of an edible and you get like a body like high before like your mental high, and you're like, oh no, this is not good. Doesn't feel good.
I don't consume marijuana, but Saturday night before we went to the monster truck rally, we met this dude at the Santa Maria Brewery, and he was this like older guy, and he's like, hey, you want some edibles? And we're like, okay. So he gave each of us 2 packets, 300 milligrams each. Ooh. But my 2 buddies don't eat them, right? And I was like, sure, I'll take them. And I ate those to try and talk to God that night.
No shit. I take 10 milligrams and I'm like, I don't know about.
I ate every single packet of those gummies.
That night?
That night.
What the do you fucking know better?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Because like I said, I want to talk to God that night.
Okay, fair enough. That's crazy. That's like
I went in for that mission alone.
Good for you. Okay. And like
didn't feel him.
Didn't feel him?
Didn't feel a dang
you're
thing.
One of those assholes.
Went to the Sham, had an amazing night, and then didn't feel him.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring that up later, but I want to know what happened
that's when we
Wednesday. That's when we met.
Yeah.
Good times.
It was an amazing night.
He was fucked up. I don't know what you guys are talking about. He was so high. He thought I was God. He was talking to me. He's like, this giant skull before me must be the
You're just floating over the pool
of
table.
The universe. So, I know there's some listeners that are dying to know right now what the fuck happened Wednesday. We just cannot get this story out. Just tell me.
Thank you, everyone, for staying along. Okay, so Tuesday night, there's more to that night. I'm on my way to my sister's house, and she texts me, and she's like, no, come back. I don't want them involved in this. So I'm like, okay. But I already texted my sister, like, hey, can I come and crash? She's like, of course. She was in
the Free Max Coalition.
Right, and gosh darn it, I love my sister. We went out to lunch on my birthday, and she could just tell something wasn't right. So then, of course, 20 days later, here we are. I'm on my way to her house to spend the night with my dog and my stuff. And then so she tells me to turn around. I come back, and then she packs up some stuff and is gonna go spend the night in a hotel, I guess. And she's gone for like 20 minutes and then comes back and is like, no, I'm not gonna spend the money to spend the night in a hotel. You're gonna sleep in the spare bedroom, and then tomorrow we're gonna pack up more of your things and you're out of here. And I'm just like, okay. So then I sleep in the spare bedroom. I hear the rocket launch, I add injury to insult.
Oh, fuck.
And what's funny, or not funny, awful, is that launch, I had this idea, and I already texted like 10 people and had them on board to shoot the rocket launch from where they are. And like, I had some people in Santa Barbara, downtown. It was gonna be a really cool collaboration. So yeah, I hear the launch. I'm sad, I'm crying, in my room. And then everyone's texting me like, are you watching the launch? Like, no, just going through some stuff right now, thanks. Hope it was cool. Because I like to keep stuff on the down low. I'm not here. I'm on a podcast.
that was then. This is now.
Right. This is the new Flying 90. So then, spend the night in the spare bedroom, just like shitting my brains out, thinking like, what is the next morning gonna look like? I wake up, she's still super pissed, like same from the, it didn't change at all.
Oh my God.
She's like, all right, you're still gonna get more of your stuff. She told me to go up to the village to talk to my parents about like, I don't even know what she had in mind for me to talk to them about. Maybe just yell at them and tell them that they suck and then come home. So I'm up there with my dog. My sister's there, both my parents, and then I'm there for like 30 minutes, and she's texting me. She's like, why the fuck are you still there? I'm like, well, do you want me to come home? Like, I don't fucking care. I'm not gonna be here. I'm like, well, where are you gonna be? She's like, none of your fucking business, but I'm gonna be in hell. Like, what? Yeah, super abusive text. I showed my advocate those texts, and she's like, these are threatening text messages. I'm like, yeah, thank you. I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, I just thought this was my life. So then I come home, and she's like waiting for me. And she's like, how was your parents' house? And I'm like, well, shitty. Like I told them what I thought you wanted me to tell them. Oh, no. And then she goes outside to the garage to grab one of those blue propane torches, like if you're gonna like do welding or what have you. Or not welding, but yeah. And we had our Christmas tree in the backyard because we had to do a photo shoot coming up for one of the brands we worked with for Christmas. So we needed a Christmas tree to kind of stage it. And she tries to light the Christmas tree on fire in the backyard, but doesn't know how to just turn the red knob and click the button. So she's up there like just squeezing the thing, screaming at it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, say goodbye to Christmas, but can't get the thing lit. And I grab it from her. And then she goes inside. I might have this part. This might have been in the morning. But anyways, that happened on Wednesday. Couldn't get the Christmas tree on fire.
World's worst Grinch.
Right. So then she goes in the kitchen and starts grabbing the liquor, or like liquor on the cabinet, and starts pouring it all out in the kitchen, and then starts throwing the bottles at me.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She wasted liquor?
Oh yeah.
And then oh wow, okay.
Like, so there was one bottle, we were at Johnny's yesterday, and they were asking me, like, which bottles did you get thrown at? I was like, oh, that one, that one, that one.
You pointed out the fucking weapons. That's crazy. She threw them at you. Did she hit you with any of them?
I got hit by one.
What was it?
It was
It doesn't matter, but it's just funny to ask.
one of those big black bottles of mezcal.
Oh, okay.
750 milliliters.
Jesus.
But I mean, I didn't get like.
It just hit. Where'd it hit you?
I got grazed on like the rib.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So then there's like this whole lake of alcohol in our kitchen, and we have 2 dogs.
Oh, so they're like, we're getting fucked up, dude. We're right. Them.
No, they're hiding. Every time she would yell and scream and stuff, they would just hide.
They're probably as traumatized as you are.
Mm-hmm, for reals. I feel like so bad for her dog.
She probably is eating it right now. She probably is living in her van, doesn't have any food, no one's falling for her dumb bullshit, and she ate the dog. She probably cooked and ate the dog. I'm sorry, but your old dog, your old housemate there is like a rotisserie dog right now.
Gosh, still makes me sad to see her picture.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's hard. Animals is a hard one because you can't intelligibly kind of communicate I'm sorry, this had to be this way.
Right, and I couldn't imagine having kids and growing up in that kind of environment too.
Yeah, it does a completely different thing to kids. Similar but different because they're still developing most of the time, and it's a different kind of where kids are like sponges. So when they grow up around the kind of, for lack of a better word, violence, if it's, just screaming and that kind of thing, they're sponges, they're absorbing that. So it becomes kind of like one of the ways they operate and one of the ways they know how to either interact with the world or, they know not to do it because they saw it and they go, oh, that's bad. And that's them absorbing it in like maybe a positive way, in
right.
having to go through it. So she's throwing these bottles at you.
Yeah. So
what?
So that part ended, and then she's standing in the kitchen. So about our dogs, like I'm like making a bucket of.
Are you standing there? Are you like hiding behind a wall? Are you
no, I was standing there.
Are you saying fucking
like trying to talk her down and stuff?
You're like the Def Leppard drummer throws better than you. Like what were you saying? Like
I wish I was that aggressive, but I was like scared.
Oh, I bet. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like, but I don't know. Like at any point where you're like, I'm gonna break one of these bottles open and like
no.
You're a good person. I can.
And that's
tell.
what my dad always says. He's like, that really shows your true character that you never hit her or
because
gave it back to her at all.
I bet there's people who just lash out and they're not abusive people, but they have to defend themselves, and they'll but that shows you got some self-control and also a lot of control from her.
So she actually went back the next day after getting arrested, back to the jail or like the police station, with bruises on her arms, and was like, "Oh, Max did this to me."
That's hilarious.
And they're like, well, we didn't see them at all when you were in jail or when you got arrested.
Yeah, how could that have happened? Fucking idiot. Okay. What?
So I'm making...
Go back. You're jumping ahead here. I want to know why she got arrested. What happened?
Okay, so I'm in the kitchen, we had like a detached laundry room.
Yeah.
I'm in there making a Home Depot bucket-sized floor cleaner, right, to clean up this mess because our dogs can't eat it. While I'm doing that, she takes like a good-sized tin of cocoa powder, like if you want to make hot chocolate, starts dumping it all over this alcohol mess in the kitchen, and then dumps it on me, like all over my back. My head was all covered in it because I'm covered. Oh, that was another thing too, I forgot. In between throwing the alcohol bottles and pouring the alcohol all over the kitchen floor, she also poured it on me.
Yeah.
So I'm covered in Patron.
Oh, God.
And then that's not like sticky.
Good alcohol. That's horrible.
Yeah, it was a brand new bottle of Patron wasted.
Who doesn't waste Patron?
Do you waste Patron? We're getting sidetracked here. So I'm covered in cocoa powder, trying to make this floor cleaner bucket because our dogs can't get it. If they lick that, they'll die. And then I'm starting to clean it up, and she's like, "Are you happy with the decisions you made?" Like for talking to my parents and stuff. And I'm like not saying anything. I'm just scared, and I'm like, what's coming next? So then she takes the bucket and dumps it out all over into our laundry room underneath the washing machine and dryer. And we had like the fake, like linoleum squares, you know, so like they're raising up and stuff, and like there goes your fucking security deposit. And then, so after that whole mess, like I'm losing my mind because we have this huge disaster going on. Then she's like, we're going up to the village to talk to your parents right now. You can fucking come with me or you can fuck off. And like, well, we can't leave. Our dogs are gonna get this mess. She's like, I don't fucking care. And just starts taking off towards her car. Dang, yeah, there's a lot of crazies that I keep forgetting. The fun thing about, fun fact, that's stupid, but this is the Bad Etiquette podcast, right? Where she parked when I was on my way home before all this went down, when she's like, come home, and I'm like, well, where are you gonna be? And she's like, I don't fucking care, fuck you, right? So she did leave. We had no idea where she went. That's right, okay, we had no idea where she went in that time. And then she comes home, like guns hot. Our driveway, like house situation was set up where we had this like stupid driveway. It had like a big bump, but it was all dirt, and then just dirt, rocks. So she goes up the driveway and then makes a hard right and pulls up right in front of the front door. So basically we could just get out from her car, boom, into the front door. And then they came in aggressively, and that's when like all of the bottle throwing and all that stuff started happening. So she wasn't there waiting for me, that's right. I was at home waiting for her.
Okay, so and now she's trying to leave, go to your parents' house with you, leave the dogs to this mess.
Right,
then what happens?
So then I stay, and then she takes off to my parents' house. I text my sister, and I'm like, dude, I need you. Can you please come over? They already knew something was going on because that previous night when I texted her about like, can I come over? Her and her husband, give a big shout out to them. They came over actually to the house that night just to like listen or hear anything, and they walked around it and everything.
No, so they were doing like that's basically, what is that? That's like Good Samaritan peeping Tom.
Right,
That's
right.
crazy.
Yeah, so then I texted my sister to come over, and she took one look at me and was like, no, fuck this, you're out of here. Grab your things, Higgins is coming with us. She texted my brother-in-law, and he came over. We loaded up everything I could in the Jeep, her car, and then he was on his motorcycle, and then we all bailed out and went to their house and hid. And so while this is happening, she's up in the village, just raising hell.
So she got to your parents. Well, okay.
And literally the day before, my parents changed the keypad combo on their door.
Oh.
So she's out front trying to punch in the old code, just screaming, banging on the door. They don't have this all on Ring footage, unfortunately.
Bummer. But
yeah,
anyways.
but what's good though is their really good friends were actually already inside helping them get ready for Christmas, or actually Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So they made it within like 2 minutes of her getting there. So they saw all of this go down while she's yelling at them on stuff. They called the sheriff on her in the village. But then she takes off after like 30 minutes, and the sheriff didn't make it there in time, unfortunately.
Yeah, that happens.
But they took a report and then made a radio downtown to do a welfare check on me. So then I'm at my sister's house, and I see on our Ring camera that Lompoc PD is at our house. And so I talked to them like, hey, they're like, yeah, are you Max? Like, yeah, where are you? I'm like, well, here's where I am. So then Lompoc PD shows up there. They look at me, they take my whole story. And then she calls me, and they're like, can we answer? I'm like, sure. Like, I'm crying. I just got, bottles thrown, like all my whole story, that just happened, right? And so she's like, where's Max? Like, she's crying on the phone, acting all sad and stuff. And she's like, oh, Max is here with us. Do you want to come talk to him? We'd like to talk to you. So she comes over there, and then, I'm in like the front of the house, and so she's on the street, and they hear her story, and then,
full of holes, I'm sure.
Right. And it was like, oh, I didn't do that, this and that. And then, yeah, she ended up getting arrested right then and there.
So, okay. So they just were like, cuffs on. So what did they, like, detain her for? Is it just like they charged her with, like...
So she actually didn't get charges pressed against her.
Okay.
The DA said that they didn't have enough evidence.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunately true. Like it sounds like it's all
What's
hearsay.
crazy is
You can stage that.
We had
pretty
a inside camera.
Oh.
And I sent them all of the footage too.
Oh no, you did.
Yeah,
so they
everything.
got to see that shit. Her being a fucking cuckoo bird.
Coming
Jesus.
in and out of the house. Yeah, the inside. I sent them the text messages, everything.
Yeah. Oh my God. Paper trail right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
And they just were like, nope, sorry, there's not enough evidence.
Wow. Okay. So when was that like when you guys were done?
Yeah.
So you didn't see her again, like.
I haven't.
Really?
I saw her on the last court day on Zoom.
On Zoom. Okay. Last court date. So you.
And that's when I found out I didn't receive a restraining order.
So they didn't approve a restraining order?
Mm-mm.
So homegirl could just show up? That's
Yeah.
crazy. You gotta be careful. She sounds like
Right, and that's
pathological. That's fucking wild.
right. And everyone I tell this story to, they say the same thing. And then like, what? You didn't get a restraining order? Like, yeah, I tried. But basically, what they say now is, if I ever see her again and she starts raising hell, then just to call the cops.
Immediately,
Be
yeah.
like, I tried to get a restraining order from this person, and now I have another reason.
Yeah. That's crazy. How is she behaving in a Zoom court when you're trying to actively get a restraining order against her? That's
Like
wild.
a freaking, I don't even know how you describe it.
Does she have like a fake backdrop, or is she in her van, or what?
The last time I heard, so I have like a buddy who we met mutually through her, and he texted me with enough time to serve her, right? And was like, you would never believe who's at my brewery right now. And I'm like, okay, like it's 11 o'clock their time.
Mm-hmm.
He sends me a screenshot of the point of sale system with her name on it.
Oh shit.
And he's like, yeah, she's couch surfing like right down the block from me with one of our friends. I'm like, what's the address? Because I would love to serve her. Wouldn't give it to me.
Oh. Well, it's his house, isn't it?
Right. They're probably fucking.
Yeah. You got to be careful.
But did you see that? I hate to say, like, did you see my Instagram story?
No. That's what we watch each other's stories. Bring it
But
on.
a few nights ago, I was talking about like flying monkeys, and so through the books I've been reading, that's what like they call the narcissist friends.
Oh.
Where they're like,
They're
she
just like
uses them.
followers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I made all of those people unfollow me. I'm private now. Like I've been private, but
Okay. Yeah.
so yeah, they can't see my stuff. I was like, fuck you guys. When you don't see my stuff in the morning,
Jeez.
maybe you'll take a hint.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Yeah. So how soon did these red flags or behaviors start with her? Because you guys seem to move in together pretty quick.
Yeah, instantly, right?
That is kind of a red flag for me, because I don't like to move fast at all. I'm not even engaged. I've been with Kylie for 8 years.
Isn't that basically a
Common law marriage.
Yeah.
We don't live together, so I don't know if they recognize it in California. So
hey, if it works, it works, right?
Not that we don't live together. We do live together, but like we didn't. I think we didn't live together and file. I don't know. I don't know what the specifics are, but I'm not gonna call her my wife without marrying her, so she'll get real mad.
Didn't you call you? Don't you call her your fiance though?
All the time. Yeah. People are like, "Oh my God, you did it," and I'm like, "No, just don't want to say girlfriend. I'm almost 30." So, when did this kind of
red
behavior
flags
start with her?
So do you want to?
Dude,
Are you asking like
just
ones I've read, or because more red flags have popped up after reading a lot more books?
Okay, no, yeah, that's fine. Just looking back, do you see things that you weren't noticing and like red flags?
Yeah, so I noticed I started losing a lot of friends, and she would like pick fights with people that I was close to, and we just start slowly losing them,
cutting them off from there,
or they would stop hanging out with me because they knew something was up with her. Like I would fly drones with this dude like almost every single day.
Wow.
And then like we were tight. And then just stopped hanging out with him. He would stop texting me back.
Was there something that happened with this guy and her, or
he
was there
just
an argument?
sensed it.
Just sensed it.
Oh no, that's right. He was supposed to come over for my birthday.
Yeah.
She threw a birthday party for me in 2019, and he was supposed to come, but then his son was sick. Something just came up with his son, like totally understandable, and just said, "Listen, I'm sorry I can't make it." And then she goes on Facebook and posts this thing about like people that don't throw parties don't understand what it's like to throw parties and not have people show up.
Oh my God,
just like,
poor me. Once again, make your birthday about her. God. She sounds toxic, but she also sounds like every woman I've ever known. So, take that with a grain of salt. Fuck, dude. When did you guys get married, though?
So we got married April 1st of 2020? 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't
you guys
been
knew each
married.
other over a year. Mm-hmm. So that marriage was over. Dude, how many incidents like this you said you were losing a lot of friends? Mm-hmm. Who showed up to the wedding?
So fun fact is, when I say fun fact,
that's fine. Bring it on.
Our fun facts are dark. Their wedding was arranged in such a way that it made it really hard for people to come. So she wanted to elope, and then, which is fine, that's cool, but people should be allowed to come if they want to. We eloped in the middle of the week in Joshua Tree.
You guys are a bunch of fucking hipsters. Okay.
Right. I hate that word so much. So many people are like, Max, you're a hipster. And I don't see it.
You're a photographer with a beard who got married in Joshua Tree? What do you mean?
Just call me a douchebag.
That's what hipster means. What do you mean? That's why
when you say hipster, I think of the kids now. They're wearing the oversized jeans.
Yeah, no, hipster means something different every year. They're it's new, but you're just the early 2010s millennial. Yeah, that's just why. I'm just fucking with you. But so yeah, you guys got eloped in Joshua Tree and probably took photos in Palm Springs the same week.
Right in the park, of course.
Yeah. Oh, you guys did literally?
We got an Airbnb and got married on the property.
Okay.
And then went to the park.
Airbnb. You guys are millennials, Jesus.
It was pretty sweet.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah. So on the wedding day.
Yeah. So you guys are like, hey, let's get married. Let's elope. So let's go really far away.
She wanted to elope since September of when we first
met.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was like, you're my soulmate.
That's a red flag right there. Red flag right there. Who the hell? I mean, I'm sure you're someone's soulmate, but I don't know how long someone has to be with you before they're like, hey, you're probably a really amazing guy.
Thanks.
You seem like an amazing guy. I'm just.
Well, I'm single now, so.
Hey, you are single, yeah. Max Janatsch, right?
Yep, perfect.
Janatsch. How do you spell it? Janatsch?
Yep.
Perfect. Got it. I got it. So, do you have Tinder right now?
No, I won't do that.
Why not? I mean, are you looking actively, or are you just thank God to be out of a fucking relationship, just chilling? Oh, living your best life.
I posted out there hey, if you want to ride, there's a seat in the Jeep, but you better bring your own headset.
Yeah, you wear a headset in your Jeep. What's that about? Is that like a radio thing?
Mm-hmm. Just because it's so loud in that thing, and it's nice to be able to talk on the radio without having to take your hands off the wheel. So is it just all fed all the time? You can just talk. That's a phone call. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We actually met up before this and we tried to record up at the college. It was a little windy, so came down here and you tossed me one of your radios and
always
it was so cool. I just got to fucking talk to you driving through town. Look at this fucking dipshit's Honda or whatever. That's so cool. That was a lot of fun. So I'm having a good time getting to.
We need to get you on the radio team,
dude. Yeah, that sounds awesome. That doesn't sound awesome, but sorry. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, so
damn.
The timeline.
So this wasn't an isolated.
Yeah,
this wasn't an isolated incident where she was doing crazy shit like that. It sounds like she's done other things like that. Was that the worst she's done? Or was that just the thing she happened to be arrested for?
Ooh, that's a really great question. Yeah, I would say that was the worst that she's done.
Okay. As far as physical violence goes, that's good.
I mean, I've been pushed a few times and stuff, but I didn't think anything of it.
Yeah.
I guess I deserved this.
Which sucks because that she's probably conditioned you to think you did something wrong or it was really abusive and manipulative. That's amazing.
Yeah, gaslighters are insane.
Gaslighters are insane. It was so funny because we just throw that thing around and then we see other people that are, just recovering from their so-called abusive relationship, and everyone's like, oh God, not this again.
Right.
Poor me, you're just like them, whatever, attention whore. But this is serious, especially a really interesting dynamic that a lot of people don't hear is it happening from the female side of a relationship.
Right.
I'm sure there's a weird statistic about domestic violence in lesbian relationships.
Oh, wild. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, you know, you ever show up and everyone believes the woman, and then there's two women, and you're like, I believe you both. It cancels it out. No one's arrested. Bye. You know, so you just leave. You know, everyone's like, believe all women. It's like, if someone calls a domestic violence dispute and then you're believing all women, you show up, it's two lesbians fighting, and then one of them saying they're bad and the other person saying they're bad, it cancels it out essentially. Right. It's like, I guess you guys are fine. And then you just get out of there. Because then you don't want to be the cop who arrests the lesbians and then I'm just fucking doing a bit here. Sorry.
You're spiraling.
Just firing off here. Fuck, dude. That's really nuts. I mean, truly. Wow. Yeah. Did you have any concerns going into like the marriage and like eloping?
Yeah.
Were you already like, maybe
so
she's kind of kooky?
Well, I didn't like know that, but the day of the wedding, my body was shutting down.
No, it was. You were eating plant-based. That's why.
But even worse, I could feel myself shaking. I was having panic attacks, just like random spouts of crying. I was like, what's going on?
Your body was like giving you red flags for this. So it's really crazy, like how some people think of anxiety as this really bad, evil thing, and it's like you have to get it out of your body.
Right.
But it's a biological imperative, and it's a really important thing to be in touch with and be aware of, because if your body's saying anxiety, it's survival mechanism. It's going, you care about this thing, or it's worrying you. And your body's talking to you. It's just talking to you. Mm-hmm. It's just a conversation, you know? And you're like, well, how come this conversation's uncomfortable? Well, you got to understand why it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because I don't want to marry this girl, or maybe I think this is the wrong choice and eloping's wrong, and there's been a collection of red flags that maybe you've just been subconsciously communicating with that anxiety in your brain, you know?
And I think we've, like as a society, have become a lot of detached from our body and like senses and listening to it and stuff.
I mean, yeah, like think about how much of our lives are spent digitally and on social media. Like a lot of people, like that's where life takes place, and they get to
judge. And that's where she lives.
Oh yeah, so she gets to curate it and it be perfectly her story. Mm-hmm. I bet that she's addicted to it and just constantly on it.
Because when I met her,
you can manipulate it fully.
Extremely.
It's fucking a la carte. Everything is just anything you want. You can style it and make your story, you be the victim, and that memoir, I bet, is probably like a fucking hunk of shit and big lies. And
right.
Good thing it's off the internet because no one has to read that garbage. But also probably really incriminating because of plot holes. That's the thing about narcissists, is they don't realize like how much logic they don't have or don't make. You know, it's wild.
They think they make, yeah. You want to be on the...
Do your thing.
You want to be on the episode? Yeah, so she went from 44,000 followers to, I don't know what she has now, but she lost...
They're fake. They're all fake.
Have you
looked at them? No. Are you looking at them? They're not real people. She has 20,000 followers.
Now she does, right.
Yeah, they're fake.
So,
if you look at them, she like bottom.
They're fake.
No one likes that many. I'm gonna go to her Instagram right now, not to trigger you, but just to emphasize this. Not even real followers.
Well, so what I was wanting to get at was the drop. You know, the 20,000 follower drop had this huge toll on her, and it was like, I'm losing followers. No one's looking at my shit.
I wonder why. What happened?
All right, either bots, but I get so many. I'm bragging now. I've been getting a few messages lately from people that have followed, like both of us, and then our photography account.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
that one.
Yeah, that one. You can edit like sound effects in, right? No, J-Lo, is that your editor?
Yeah.
J-Lo, can we get some?
Don't dare put sound effects in my fucking show.
I was thinking, do we have a Jamie? I've only seen like...
Dude, that'd be so cool. Well, no, it's funny
Jamie.
You said that earlier about not having edibles affecting you. Apparently, Jamie is the same way.
Wild.
The guy on Rogan's podcast who is the real like man behind the curtain. Edibles don't, like, he has like something in it, like a protein that makes it so it like in a system where it doesn't. But
the drinks were good for me though. I like the horchatas or the lemonades.
I haven't had any like THC drinks. What were we saying about these 20,000 followers?
Oh, right. Well,
She
the
lost
dropping them, yeah.
And now they're all fake. There's just a bunch of bots.
Yeah, that took a huge toll on everything, and she kept like arguing.
Arguing with what? What do you mean?
And it's weird to say that we got in arguments because they would just be one-sided, and like you were saying, like a script.
Yeah.
Like telling me how I'm a certain way or how I'm terrible, and I did this and I did that, and she could be this person if I wasn't that constant narrative.
I think that like people have to practice it too. But like I was saying earlier, when you're not being narcissistic and manipulative, like you're lying about reality, and you're trying to control and manipulate and essentially like be the marionette, like puppet strings with this. And there's a lot of holes in that. And I'm sure that memoir it was less of a memoir, more of a manifesto,
right?
Of like the way she thought things went. And I mean, I wonder if there was ever a moment of clarity where she was writing this thing and it occurred to her like, oh, I'm fucking crazy. This is
wrong. I bet money on that she wouldn't.
Yeah, no way. But you got to understand, like, how many pages of like, and then they did this to me, and I am the good person out of that story. Like, to have like a good story, you got to have a dynamic
right
idea, because people make mistakes, and I bet there's no accountability in mistakes, which is probably good. It's off the fucking internet because it would just ruin her already scant reputation at this point, or her pretend followers there. But yeah, like she doesn't even get that many. I might be full of shit. Okay, so apparently she has 20,000 followers. I get more likes on my fucking hairy ass pics on Instagram.
Right.
What is that? Sorry, I didn't mean to show you her face or trigger you.
Is that still a photo I took?
Is that a photo you took?
Probably I don't know. Maybe let's look.
Yeah, it probably is.
I do get triggered.
Like when I see pictures of like old exes, I'm like, oh god.
I forgot who I was telling this to.
This is a fake person. 29 likes, 60 likes, 18 likes. You do not have 20,000 followers. You have 20,000 bots. You bot. Hey.
Oh, the GoPro. We've been talking for a while now.
Yeah, we have. What is it?
Batteries died. That's the thing about the 360 camera is it burns through the batteries.
Oh, okay. Oh well.
Whatever. But we're not done, right?
No, we're not. Not at all. Actually, I have to take a piss.
Likewise.
Bathrooms. Yeah, let's pause here for a second. We'll be right. All right, and we're back, just like that. God, do you remember where we left off?
No, but I did have a question for you. This is a bad adequate question.
What's up?
This is since I'm getting back with my friend group.
Yeah.
I'm back with the bros, so the conversation are a lot better now.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
Not that talking to females, I appreciate that too, but they're different with the bros.
It's good to have that distinction. Boundaries are good and healthy, and that's what makes it you interested in the opposite sex or the same sex or whatever it is. Nothing wrong with that.
But the question is, how have you seen your friends' members? My
friends' dicks? I've seen a couple of them. I have friends.
That's how you know you're real friends then.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking about it recently. One of my friends just flipped me off for no reason, just out of nowhere, and I was like, "That's a real friend right there." I know he's not mad at me for something, but we're definitely just gonna flip each other off when we see each other. It was just nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But why? You seen your friends' dicks a lot lately, or what?
I've seen a few.
I think just the longer you've known your friends, just eventually either you have a dick showing relationship or you don't.
Right.
Just some people, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking show you my dick.
We compare everything else, why not?
It's true.
What do you guys do on these off-roading trips?
Yeah, it's lonely. We're out there. There's no signal. Get bored and you see a rock that kind of looks like an ass. Here it is on.
I forgot where we left off, though.
That's all right. I want to make sure I satisfy these questions that I was kind of not instructed, but I really was looking for because kind of getting back to this person of pathological manipulation and lies with the fake followers.
Undesirable number one.
Undesirable.
I don't know if you're a Harry Potter fan.
Undesirable number. I thought undesirable was like a list they wanted to make of all the Republicans after Trump
that makes
was
sense.
out of office. They made it. They were it was something. Yeah. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Not to get political.
Let's talk about politics now.
Oh yeah. Let's do something even more fun, guys. Something we can all agree on. does she have a history that you know of? Were you her first husband?
No, she was married before.
So that means she was divorced before.
Right. Now she's divorced twice.
Twice?
Well, we aren't officially divorced yet.
But you're getting divorced.
We have the
too.
court date, yeah. I've been served with papers.
Okay.
So she knew where my address was, but...
Oh, you can't find her nomadic couch surfing ass, huh?
And then so on our last court date, she was like, yeah, Judge, I reached out to him. I haven't heard back at all. You know, like, I haven't been served with any papers, so I don't know what the deal is. I'm just here. And it's like, well, dude, you're fucking homeless.
Yeah.
Fuck couch surfing. You're homeless.
Yeah. You live in your van. It's fine. You know, saving face on Instagram.
While she's waiting, air quote, for her apartment to get ready.
Oh, which is her imaginary apartment. I feel like a lot of other things about her are very imaginary. Jesus.
It's 2 big refrigerator boxes taped together.
It's ready. So, man, I kind of want to ask about like her
Let's do a rapid
marriage.
fire. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
So this is crazy. So in that memoir, even this is getting to the criminal part. She wrote out how that part ended.
Wow.
So they had some family, or not family, friends. Her and her ex-husband were chilling. They had a couple friend come over, stay with them for like a week, and I guess the couple friend didn't want to do exactly what homegirl wanted to do. You know, So then she pitched a fit, decided to go hiking by herself like all day, like 12 hours, come back. And then it's like she wanted a shower or something. And then like she thought that they expected her to make dinner, or like they're like waiting around for her for dinner and stuff.
For her
and then
plant-based bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like, let's take a quick sidetrack. That was not the biggest pain in the butt, but one of the big pains in the butt would be like trying to go eat out.
Yeah.
And if it didn't have total vegan options, then that was a no-go. It's like, well, can we
See, these people are insufferable. You can't be like this.
I like the ones that are like, yeah, I do eat plant-based, but if that's not an option, then whatever. I'm not going to burn the place down.
I like to not eat carbs. I like to eat animal-based. If that's not an option, I will not flip out. I do not burn the place down. I enjoy that I'm getting to, you know, live in a world where I have an option, choices.
Right. That's
such a fucking
thing.
first world problem. And I don't really care about those kind of things where it's like, oh, you don't know your place in the world. And it's like, I fucking live here. It's great. But just such
I already won the lottery, baby. I was born in the US of A.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Creed.
Yes. So she comes, I guess they're going to have dinner, right, at the home. And this girl who's there, the friend, I guess is like, the way I read it, right? So I've only heard her side of the story. I guess she was like being mouthy and picking fights with her. And then so my homegirl in this story, like gets up, is like, I'm fucking done. Stabs a knife in the table or like fork or something, you know? And then packs up her stuff and grabs her dog and then is out of there. And then like 2 months, a month or two later goes by and she goes back up to their house. Like she's already with someone else. Goes back up there and then to get more of her things, and then senses or sees that like a female has been there. Right.
Hair ties.
Like, how dare you move on even though I'm already living with someone else?
Wow.
Right.
Jesus.
So she just trashes the whole place. And that's where the rage peak comes up. So she peed on a lot of his stuff. Not peed on it, but also peed in it. Like whiskey bottles, shampoo.
No.
She was like a dog marking her fucking territory.
How much piss do you have? Jesus.
Yeah, for reals. So while she's destroying the place and grabbing her things, she's also just drinking every bottle of wine she could, just slamming
replacing it with her. That's how she had so much piss. She
Right.
was fucking drinking all the wine. She's like, I'm just going to replace the liquid. I hope he doesn't notice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw he had like running shoes, and he's like, oh, you're working on yourself? I'm going to pee on these shoes.
What a cunt.
Yeah, and just laid it all out in this memoir.
That's why it's off.
Yeah,
it's because
exactly.
She's getting divorced, and now if anyone sees that, they're going to know that this is just pathological behavior from this person.
Yeah, insane.
That's why. Wow, that's amazing. Not in like an awe kind of way. Like, also, how good must that sex be if you're so fucking crazy and pissing on everything that guys are willing to go through all this abuse and torment?
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, what's the female version of don't put your dick in crazy?
Yeah.
Don't let dumb inside. I don't know.
Like, don't let old men's money blind you. I have no idea. But like that ends usually, you know, fine for them because they like the old man dies, they get their money, they're like, yay,
right,
you know,
right.
gold digging got me gold, you know. I don't know. Yeah, what's the fucking female equivalent of don't put your dick in crazy?
I don't know.
Maybe like don't fuck unemployed dudes. Because there's no one fucks better than the dude who doesn't have a job. I'm just in between jobs. That's what I heard. Is like no one fucks better than the dude who doesn't have a job. Because that's a job for him, and then he just puts all of his free time energy into it. And he's like, I got to keep you around somehow. So he's going to throw the hips into you a little longer, a little harder. Ladies, if you're just looking for like a good lay, find someone who's a loser for just a week or two. Someone who doesn't have a fucking job. If you can't find them, just ask me. I'll give you a list of my friends. I'll show you which ones the losers are.
Yeah, so she trashed that place. And then I guess the cops are on their way up there while she was already bailing out.
Oh, wow.
Like on her way back.
So she got out before they
got away with that
her.
one. And it's like, well, why didn't that guy press charges or call the cops or anything? And I've thought about reaching out to him because my parents' friend.
You might as well warn him before she comes and like, this is all your fault, and skewers him. And
wild.
This sounds like a reverse, like a gender swapped Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie kind of thing.
100%. And everything happened. She has a Subaru.
Oh, well, I don't know why I keep saying van. It was put in my head that
we had one.
Van. Oh, that's why you had a van. That's why I probably saw pictures or something. And I could have swore I saw either your old joint account or maybe, did you guys just have one account before? That you
for the photography, yeah.
You guys didn't have personal accounts?
No, we had separate accounts.
Okay,
yeah.
I was going to say, I was like, that's a red flag right there. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, no disrespect to Gabby Petito, because I'm sure, wasn't she like found in somewhere horrible and her body was found?
Yeah.
And that Brian guy ended up killing himself, which sucks because like I would have totally loved for Gabby's dad to kill him or something, like, you know, a happy ending.
I mean, I could
like
give
a
him
good vengeance ending.
I know a course you could take on how to get away with it. That's a little really dark humor. Because I mean, if you think, I mean, I'm not murdered, but she got away with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like no charges pressed. Like now this is going to keep boosting her narrative that thinking she can get away with it. And it's like
probably, you know, hopefully people will hear this and be able to identify who this is and identify this behavior in other people and save a lot of trouble for the next time this is about to happen.
Yeah,
because regardless of what there's no real mission statement to any of these podcasts, but to have these kind of conversations with people, I think is really important because you can help identify the peaks and valleys of the human condition that can either be soared and scaled or smoothed right over or interfaced with in general, like finding someone who's in an abusive relationship or find someone who's trying to exploit you, manipulate you, and abuse you.
Like, gosh darn it, I lost my train of thought there.
It's okay. I said a lot of dumb words. My bad. You were saying the course, you got away with it, and then you were, you know, not murdered or anything.
Right.
About, like,
yeah, that segues kind of into, like we were talking earlier about how guys aren't represented very well. I was like, I wanted. Maybe
they also do a lot of the abusing.
Right.
So wait, tell me, you were a firefighter?
Yeah, so the department I was with had this program. It was called the auxiliary. I can't say that word too well, but an auxiliary program where you rode fourth seat and you got to help out, and you were basically did shifts too, but you weren't paid. But you were a slave. You were a firefighter slave. Like an intern.
There's a job for that. Intern. That was another word for slave.
You learn a lot of stuff.
There's a place around here that has unpaid interns. They're like 16. Yeah.
Where's that?
Really weird.
Oh, I guess we can't say, huh?
I can't. I mean, I can, but I just really don't want to go there right now.
So I did that from 2016, and then I got hired full time in 2017.
Wow. Hell yeah.
And then I hurt my back 3 days away from getting my badge.
No fucking way.
So yeah.
How'd you hurt your back? You know, you probably wouldn't hurt your back if you weren't plant-based.
No, when I was a firefighter, I was like 180 pounds.
Just teasing you. What do you weigh now?
132.
You look like 132 pounds. That's crazy. That's 50-pound difference, man.
Yeah, that's like, where did it go?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure she took it with her when she packed all your shit up. But that's wild, man.
Yeah.
Were you fat? What happened?
I didn't. Never felt fat.
Okay, so you were just thick, or what? You just had muscle? What?
I don't know.
Explain to me how you just don't have 50 pounds on you now.
I don't know. Yeah,
I know people who would.
I was doing CrossFit every day.
There you go. That'll put some fucking
eating
muscle on you.
Whatever I wanted. I still eat whatever I want.
Sounds like it. That's pretty good.
I had
candy.
I had Mexican food 3 times yesterday.
I lived in San Diego for a year. I don't want to talk about it. Mexican food every day. So easy.
So would you say?
I'd say the Mexican food is better here in some spots for sure.
Than San Diego?
Yeah, it's really weird. But I did find some amazing Mexican food there. I think I'm just like partial, and I know the spots here. So.
Because I have this buddy from way up north, like the Bay Area, and he's like, "You got to move up here. The Mexican food's so much better." And I'm like, "No, I would think that closer to the border, it's gonna be better."
Nah, because I think the people who like get out of Mexico are like overachievers, and they're like, "We got to get out of here." They're gonna go very far.
That's what he said too.
They're like the people who settle. They're like, "Look, we made it across the street." In like San Diego, they're lazy. They're gonna be lazy with their food. You know, unless they came from like the bottom of Mexico, but that's going to be like a whole nother cuisine, you know?
Right.
So there's a lot of different varieties of Mexican food. I'm really curious to try anyways. So maybe the food they have there is something worth trying, and you get to go to the Bay Area and get your car broken into and step in homeless people's shit. So why not?
Hard pass on that one.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very fun, does it?
But Northern California is beautiful.
I haven't really been.
Arcata, highly would recommend.
Arcata or Arcadia?
They said Arcata. It's
Arcata?
Arcata.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know that. I think Arcadia might be in Oregon.
It's close to the border of Oregon.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about then. Jesus, man. I'm still trying to like recalibrate this mood here because of some heavy shit you laid on me and I got to listen to. So, fuck yeah. You had some things you wanted to bring up on the podcast. You showed me on your phone a list. I didn't really write them down or anything. By all means, dude, take it away.
I mean, we kind of hit on them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. I just want your, your side to be satisfied here. Was it good for you?
Oh, I'm satisfied.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just some kind of like different things I'm kind of mulling over in my head right now.
You just kind of need to talk out with someone or
no, I think
just want to
just talking about like what's going on.
Yeah, well, actually, that was kind of something that I wanted to, not to cut you off here, but I feel like you were such a vibrant, like positive person, and I've only heard positive things about you, and everything that I've gotten to interface with has been really cool, and this is a really interesting way to meet someone. And we just found out when we took a break there that we're, best friends now. We have the same knife, so
we're gonna
fucking cool.
We're gonna cross blades later.
So what's you have a good outlook on life right now? I feel like you're in a really good place, and I don't even know that you weren't, other than what you've told me. So,
I was on the verge of death. My mental health was such in the tank.
Yeah.
That I just I didn't think about suicide, but that was.
It's like you're like, oh, how do I get out of how much anguish I'm in?
Right.
It's one of those things. I've been there before where you have such a rough time dealing with what's going on in your life. You think, I need something to fix it easier.
Right.
And that's that's like an option where it like occurs to you, whether it is serious or not. Like everyone has that thought or thinks about it. It's like, just checking out my options, seeing what I got.
Right. Because I don't know if you said you didn't follow her, or you don't follow her.
Mm-hmm.
She would go on these huge man-hating rants.
Yeah, I would never follow someone like that. I love men. I'm all for men's mental health. I'm not one of those men's rights activists because I don't think there's many more rights that women have that we don't or something.
Yeah, just get so
That's crazy. Yeah, so you were a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got in this abusive relationship. You should have been a cop and then abused her.
Yeah, I stopped being a firefighter long before I met her.
Okay. Well, it didn't work out that way. I get it. Sorry, I know I'm jumping all over the place here. I'm just having a good time.
Yeah, this has been amazing.
I'm glad you think so. That makes me feel very good. Yeah. Huh. Let me organize my thoughts here a little bit. Nope, they're not organized. That was a waste of time. That was just a deep breath I needed. Fuck. I think that shit's getting me distracted. No, I can't. No way. I gotta be a host here.
If Snoop Dogg passes you a joint, do you take it?
Are you Snoop Dogg?
Huh?
You're like, yeah, I could be.
I mean, sometimes I feel like it.
132 pounds. Wow. I could bench you right now.
Nice.
I mean, I
We should take a picture of that.
Oh, that'd be cool. Not to flex on you, literally, bro. Pretty interesting for a. So, how long ago did you weigh 180 pounds?
That was in 2017.
Cameo from the drill over there. Just let that pass any second now. I would talk through it, but I think I'm honestly a little louder than usual. Nice.
Yeah, 2017.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not completely unreasonable to be, 5 years removed and 50 pounds, 10 pounds a year.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not that big of a deal. I just know there's people who 5 years from now are still going to wish they lost 50 pounds and they're not going to do it, even though they could just do little things that would help them lose 10 pounds this year, 10 pounds next year.
Right. One little thing every day, boom, and you have a habit.
You have a habit, and it just becomes, I guess, yeah, habit. I was going to say habitual, but that's what the root word's habit. I don't think we could talk through that. Just going to have to choose our times. Sorry, guys. Yeah, we are in a place that is being remodeled and restored to this beautiful vision that is going to be Cold Coast Brewing. So
brought back to life.
Yeah, they're doing cool things to this building. They're going to have a really cool spot here. And I'm excited to be able to have this on the strip of hidden spots, doing our little bar crawls around here. Because, I mean, I don't go to Johnny's, but it's between here, Johnny's, Cold Coast, or that's
Sham.
Sham, Jasper's.
PCH Street.
PCH.
Have you been there yet?
I haven't been there yet.
I'll be there tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be at the show at the Sham.
Nice.
So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Dude, I really want to talk about kind of what outlook you have on life right now and like what the future holds for you, because this is to me is like a new law on life kind of thing for you.
Right.
And now you get to be a single guy. You get to kind of reinvent yourself. You get to not be the guy who's in this toxic relationship and everyone's probably, that I'm super proud of you, and I don't even really. I was
pretty
know
really
you.
close.
Yeah, I'm super proud of you, and I don't even really know you, so it's like it's a really big deal for people who I know. Okay.
So yeah, my outlook on life.
I don't even know if the mics are picking it up that loud, but that is incredible for my little ears.
Yes, are we gonna wait, or do you want to just talk through it?
I don't know. I mean, should we go outside, go walk around, or go set this up outside or something?
Take this mobile?
Take it mobile, real mobile.
I mean, I'm game for that too. It's gonna be a lot warmer outside.
Oh, that sounds really nice. I know. I'm wearing a full-blown Carhartt jacket in here. It's a little chilly in a big empty room like that. No one talks.
We have just become best. It's official.
Yeah.
4-wheel drive.
Oh yeah.
You have a Carhartt.
I do. Oh, I do Carhartt shit. I gotta have a Carhartt. Not to trivialize people who don't do Carhartt shit, because it is some stylish stuff. I don't care if you wear it. I'm over it. I think I'm an authority on it because I do real, out having to work with my hands.
Do I have enough authority to wear a Carhartt?
Do you?
I mean, I use it in the Jeep. I
mean, I figured I would just assumed you'd be wearing it because, you have a beard and go Joshua Tree, douchebag hipster. Dude, what do you got going on in your life now? What's coming up? Are you excited?
I mean, that's like I don't want to talk about me too much, but on my list.
Wait, this is you or my guest. What do you mean? Oh,
that's funny.
Me too
so
much.
I ran into.
We talked about Homegirl all that time. You're not going to let your moment to shine, your time to shine.
That just tells you what kind of person I am. I'm like not self-absorbed.
Way too forgiving. Oh, that sounds like the most self-absorbed thing I've ever said. That's those people who are like, I am an incredibly humble person.
Like people that always say they're good drivers are usually the shittiest.
No, that curb didn't think so, bro. All right.
But I ran into Brett last night.
Yeah.
I went to every place, I guess. And I told him about this. And he's oh yeah, just talk about yourself. I'm like, dude, I can't do that. I'm terrible at that.
But that's what also, like, you're my rock star right now.
Yes.
So it's just a nice moment where someone gets the attention on them and they get interviewed. Like, I had this great conversation with my friend Shane. He's a really quiet person. He doesn't really, emote super loud, and people don't really talk, get to the core as easily with him as they might other people. And I got this really nice conversation where I got to essentially interview him and give him all the attention he needs and deserves. And it was probably really cathartic for him, because I know how cathartic it was for me.
Right.
Someone's got to, what got you into driving a big ass 35-inch wheel Jeep and off-roading and, taking photos? To me, the fact that you had brand deals with people and took photos,
crazy.
That blows my mind that anyone would just be like, oh, we'll give you money if you take photos of stuff.
Right.
To me, that sounds like they're idiots and you're ripping them off with a fancy camera. That makes no sense to me. I get photography and I know people who pay their bills with it, but I don't fucking get it. You went out, took a picture, and now you have a roof over your head because of that? That makes no sense. I know everyone wants to be an artist and, I want to tell dick jokes and have a house because of it type of thing. So I get it. I get that. I get how you want to be, artistic person or have a creative outlet and be able to be a thriving individual.
Right.
So,
not have to go somewhere else, but then do something else.
Yeah, I work a really great job right now, so it's, I'm not on I like where I'm at right now in life, so I'm not running away from it. But how did you get into photography, and how did it get to the point where you made money, or make money? I don't even know.
Yeah, so I always was into it, growing up, and then in 2009, I got my first job with this company called Touch. And I was a school photographer. So I was like, do you remember Jostens? It was picture day, and you had that screen, you pick what color background and all that stuff you want. Ours was fancier than that. It was a little all digital, and they did that on the computer, but I did all the setup and taking all the school pictures, and I made IDs for the kids and went to every little school around in the 805.
Oh, really?
It was a seasonal job.
I wonder if you ever took one of mine.
Right, maybe.
How old are you? 32, that's
32.
Right. Okay, I'll be 27 this year, so.
The most, there was a famous, we went to the school in AG, right by the highway. You could kind of see it from the 101.
A lot of Grande High School?
I would assume so.
Next to the Clark Center?
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Can we say famous people's names on this thing?
I don't give a fuck. I say famous people. We said Kanye earlier. Say it.
Oh, true. But I guess Zac Efron's brother went there.
Oh, well,
and I took his picture.
Oh, no, yeah. My brother went to school with Zac Efron. They were in the same drama class. Yeah, that's small town stuff. That's not really a biggie
everyone
deal.
Knows that, Max.
Everyone knows that, Max. To me, that's I also have lived all over the Central Coast, so I'm very I feel a little fortunately well versed in the things.
The peeps, nice.
Peeps, things, But
yeah, so I did that, and then did it on my own, just for fun. Did a few weddings here and there, but that wasn't really my thing at the time. But now I enjoy them now. Once you figure out your style, they're more fun.
I'm more of an eloping kind of guy anyways.
Elopements, yes. I would much rather video and photograph an elopement style wedding than a church one.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Outdoor weddings are awesome.
Yeah, they are. I've been to really great weddings. Every time I go to a wedding, I go, oh, I totally get married like this. This is super cool. People know what they're doing. They know what they want. I think it's romanticized, and it's not this weird religious thing now where it's not all heavy on the church you do it at.
Right.
It's pretty cool. People have wedding venues that aren't churches. It's pretty nice, modern life.
I'm actually booked for, so we were booked for a wedding in August, but then because of all this went down, she refunded them their money, and then I ran into the future bride, or the bride, I don't know the right word, bride to be, out of PCH Street.
Oh.
And she's like, hey, how's it been? Haven't seen you on the feed. I saw something was going on. I reached out to her, got a refund. I reached out to her. I was like, hey, what's up? Still wondering if you're going to shoot my wedding. And she said no, refunded me the money, and then blocked me.
Oh, what a bitch.
And so she's like, well, I still love it if you could do the video for us.
Oh, so you still
So
got
she
that
rehired
gig?
me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
so
super awesome.
Coming up in August? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So you got a gig out of it anyways?
Yeah.
Like, I know that's not a huge deal, but like, I love things like that where it's like, guess what? I'm still doing well anyways.
Well, it's interesting though, because like you were mentioning the branding.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I'm kind of, in a way, being canceled.
Oh, you're on the right podcast.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I'm kind of, we had like 3 major ones, and I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, we're not together anymore.
She's probably running around all the industry lying about shit. That's wild.
So they just left me on red.
Oh,
never responded anything, but they still follow my stuff. And
let's call them out right now. They're fucked. We're canceling them. They're getting bad etiquette canceled. Here, write them down on this piece of paper. I'm so pissed. Make sure I'm not going to give them my money.
So this is interesting though. Yeah, exactly. Because I want to, we got a lot of stuff on the table here.
It's a table. That's what it's there for. Yeah, well, here, just write it down, and I'll keep talking about it, because I genuinely want to know how someone gets to even talk to a brand and then get them to pay you money to take pictures. Like, do they see your photos and go, oh, we're like, what? How? I don't understand. How does this work? That blows my mind. Like, I'm seriously so behind in the kind of like modern transactional. It doesn't make any sense.
Like, how do you make money on Instagram?
Yeah,
right.
Or like TikTok or like things like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Or like, I have no idea, obviously, how people get podcast sponsors. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Do I approach them? Do I have to hope maybe a sponsor listens to this? Like,
right.
What do I have to do? I wouldn't spend any money at these places anyways. Fuck them.
So when I see them share her photos, No, well, I do know, yeah.
You're like, oh,
since they left me on red, but I'm like, okay, so you guys are supporting domestic violence.
Yeah.
This is someone representing your brand who did this to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for someone to leave that comment, like, what happened to Max? Or
I'll go do it right now.
Isn't that the girl that got arrested?
Show me the post. I'll do it right now. I'll fucking start some shit. I don't give a fuck. I ain't got anything to lose. Or are you going to take my podcast away where I just say cunt a lot?
Type dick jokes.
Yeah. Like there's not 1,000 of them out there. I'm like, we can't find it. It's a sea of assholes. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so the way we got into it is we bought one of the products.
Yeah.
And then took pictures of them and told everyone on Instagram how much they loved it, or we loved it.
Yeah.
And then the brand reached out to us. And we're like, oh, wow, you guys do photography? Like, we'd love to give you some of our products in exchange for photos.
That's crazy.
And then after a while, you can only get so many products. Yeah. And I was like, well, I need...
So you have like free shit. You got all kinds of free shit.
I had.
You had. But at one point, that was
There was a garage sale in December.
Yeah,
and I lost a lot of stuff that I thought we would just divide up equally.
Oh, you're so cute. That was back when she was still had like her manipulative grip. You were still shaking off the cobwebs of like, how do
I should have taken everything.
You should have.
I missed my Super. I had a Super 73.
I don't know what that is.
A pretty cool e-bike.
Okay, well, that's embarrassing, but whatever.
What's wrong with e-bikes?
I don't know. It's an e-bike. Just fucking pedal.
No, this one looks like a... It's hard to explain, but it was really cool.
What's the E stand for?
Can't even think of a cool word that starts with E.
Electronic. Just pedal. That's what a bike's for. I'm so mad.
I have one of those too.
Just get a motorcycle. I'm glad this e-bike's gone. You're a little cooler now. I don't even know you that well, but I know you well enough to know you're cooler now. It was a blessing in disguise.
So I do know... I have a new... I don't even know how to describe her.
I mean, you told me you were uni-wheeling or whatever the fuck.
One-wheeling. That's what I'm talking about here.
Oh, jeez. Tell me all
there
about it.
There is
What's better than four wheels? Four-wheeling? You got a peer or someone? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I have a person.
You have a person?
We text. But she hates the one wheels. She's like, I don't know why you ride that thing. Like, do you see the smile on my face?
I do.
That's because I'm thinking about riding it.
I get that it might be fun, but it's also like a moped or like fat chicks. Like it's fun until your friends catching you doing it.
No,
like,
your friends want to ride it.
Well, I mean, yeah, because some friends are pathetic and they want to hook up with the fat chick that's a whore anyways. But, you know, you just got to find someone who challenges you and competes with you a little. This girl probably cares about you.
I think so.
She's probably saying, hey, I don't want you to look like a fucking virgin. I'm not going to send you titty pics if you're going to be on a one-wheeling out there, because you're going to be one-wheeling and no one behind you. You think we're going to have a tandem bicycle or a tandem e-bike? It's not happening, bud. Just trying to save you. Just got to listen to people care about you sometimes.
They really do. And so, like, in regards to being canceled, you know, like the brands and stuff, the love and support I've felt from Lompoc, this town has been unreal.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of, you know, like, friends.
Sorry. I got in like a,
you good down there?
What?
Are you good down there?
Down here? Yeah, why?
Oh, you're just rubbing your knee.
Oh, no. I don't even realize what I'm doing. I was like, was I pinching the nut skin? Was it getting...
My story's that good.
Yeah. I'm like, No. What I was going to say, though, is you were saying all these people have shown you just such love and admiration and just respect and really come through for you during this really trying time in your life. So my sympathies are with you. And I hope I can be one of these people now, too. And I'm really happy to highlight this. My girlfriend Kylie was like, God, you love it there. Why don't you just live there? And it's like, I live here for 10 years. All of my friends and family live here.
Right.
Everything I like to do, I can almost do here pretty much. Like 90% of the podcasts I've ever recorded have been here. Like this is where I'm recording this podcast. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, I'm going. You know,
nice.
Today's her day off, so I should spend some time with her too, besides just going to the bar with her.
Right.
So she has a right to want to be represented in her own relationship, but it was funny that she said that, because it was like, yeah, I want to go to the place where everyone is like, all the people that like me live. That's cool. I feel good. You know, Los Alamos is like a bunch of random people from LA probably looking like you and fucking whatever the fuck her name is, taking pictures of stuff, you know? And I'm just like, oh, cool. Everything's more expensive here for some reason now, you know?
I only had one felt hat.
Oh, that's okay.
So, you know.
You don't look like a felt hat kind of guy. You're fine. You look like you definitely bridge like the... Did you play any sports in high school?
I ran and swam my freshman year.
Ran and swam. These are all skinny guy activities.
All my friends had their license, so then we just started surfing instead.
Surfing? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. I thought you were gonna say you swam to school or something. I was like, what the hell?
I live around the corner from where I went to high school.
Right on. Some people are not so lucky. Some people have to take ghetto-ass buses.
It's crazy. Did you play any sports?
No. Coach Blanco at Lompoc tried to get me on the wrestling team and the football team and stuff, but I was very against sports back then. Now, however, I really regret not being on the wrestling team, because doing jiu-jitsu requires a lot of wrestling. And I love the wrestling part of it. That's like more, you know, the freestyle or Greco-Roman style. Grappling. So like I'd love doing that, tying up with people in jiu-jitsu, and it's really fun. But also my jiu-jitsu coach is like, stop, no more wrestling. Like, we're gonna do jiu-jitsu. You know, I was like, yeah, fair enough. I should.
Sorry, bro. I'm just trying to train for the UFC.
That'd be cool. I think I had to start a lot sooner if that's something I wanted to do. I
mean, instead of weight classes, they should start having age classes, and you could have like a bunch of old dudes fighting.
No, seriously. Like, I think it would be really cool if they had like a Legends League where they just didn't test them for steroids or testosterone replacement therapy, and then we just have all these like 45-year-old killers and stuff. There's a lot of people who still do that. That'd be awesome.
I'd watch
the Legends League.
Yeah, I'm a huge proponent though for performance enhancement drugs in professional sports.
You are a listener. You are on the right podcast. Wow, this is so fun. I love it.
Could you imagine like football players? This dude's
wait. I'm sorry. Are you just say football players?
Football players.
Do you think that they're not on performance enhancing
drugs? But I mean,
let's
really get him on it. Like, let it be known, and let's see this dude, you know, do a 100-yard run in like 5 seconds.
4-second 40. That would be crazy. 5-second 100.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Jumping over defenders.
Yeah, but then it would be like too much. They got to like tone it down a little bit. They got to make it seem at least approachable, because how many times are you drinking with someone and they're like, fucking, he should have fucking passed it to the receiver, right? And it's just like, Tony, you couldn't do that, you fat bitch. But he still thinks he can. But like when you watch people that are like driving Formula One, they're like, holy fuck,
right,
killing people. That's too much. That's cars on steroids. You can't have people completely maxed out on all that octane. There's going to be unwatchable, and people are not, not a lot of people watch Formula One here. They watch football.
You a NASCAR
so there's
fan?
A balance. I grew up as a NASCAR.
I've been in a fantasy league for 4 years now.
Okay, I don't know what this fantasy league bullshit means. I don't know what fantasy football is. I don't know what fantasy leagues are.
I only know fantasy NASCAR.
Leagues, just watch those. I don't know what it is.
Fantasy NASCAR, though, is when you pick your drivers who you think's going to win on the race, and then you get points.
What do these points do?
Nothing.
They give you brand deals and do free stuff?
Bragging rights to your buddies.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm better at picking. That's basically it.
Damn, they should have a fucking MMA fantasy league. I mean, they do.
I'm sure
what
they
do is they essentially just have all these gambling things.
This is when you need to give a shout out to DraftKings.
Oh, dude, I would love to have a DraftKings sponsor or anything like that. I've really been meaning to get down on some gambling with some MMA because I do very well with my picks, and I'm like, I could have been winning money all night long. I'm watching a 3-hour fight card, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's $200 I could have lost right there. Could have won $2,000 or whatever.
That's how I feel with crypto.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's always like, I was like, I have my liquid money now. Should I spend it on things I want, or should I just dump $300-400 of it on, the Ethernet or whatever the fuck it's called, Entrium? I don't know what it is. I have some of that.
There's so many of them.
There's so many of them. I have Dogecoin. If Dogecoin ever, pops off, you guys will never see my rich ass again.
I had like 2 million in SHIB for a time when it was like
SHIB. That's what I meant.
It was like hanging out,
SHIB,
and then it's just dropped off. And I was like, I gotta get rid of it.
I know. I want to check my crypto now. You're fucking stressing me out. I want to see if I have any money in the crypto bank here, dude.
With everything happening, it's going down, right? My wallet tanked.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about it. It's stressing me out. Gas prices, Jesus. Shit's fucking. Yeah.
I was scrolling my story the other day.
Ethereum. There we go. Sorry,
nice.
guys. Sorry, guys. You're listening to one idiot and his guest. Keep talking to me. You were what?
Oh, yeah. I was scrolling my story the other day, and this girl posted to her saying, excuse me, I wish my boyfriend talked about me on Instagram as much as they're talking about gas prices.
I'd just be bitching about my girlfriend, though. I'd just be like, God damn, again. Like, I'm mad at the gas prices, but, like, they're not the ones making themselves like that.
Right. I haven't looked at it today.
Yeah. It was, I don't even know what it is here, but I know it was $5.39 at Conserve, and that's like the cheap ass place. Most expensive it's been my entire life.
Insane, right? Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Glad the drill's back. Sounds like a hole saw or something, or like a, I don't even know. Actually, it just sounds like a drill, like they have like a bit just going through something. Yep, just like that.
I forgot what we were initially talking about.
It doesn't matter. Just talk. Do you want to go back to what
I don't care.
talking about? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, where do you see yourself in a year from now?
Ooh. So my next goal is I really want to get into off-road racing.
Oh, really?
Since I work with a radio company now, and like the Jeep's already hot, but it's not hot enough for racing. But I don't want to race the Jeep.
Yeah.
But I would love to build up my dad's F-150.
Yeah.
And build that into a race truck, and then.
Wow. What year?
It's a 2001.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that classic.
Yeah.
Do you remember like WFO?
No.
It was this like bro brand back in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's like WFO is life for like holding your throttle wide fucking open.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but
it's like that kind of generation
holding
of pre-owners.
your throttle wide open.
Didn't you tell me that to do that? Like, it's important to press on the gas pedal. I thought you said that on the radio.
Oh, no. Just because you were like 2 blocks behind me in this slow ass town. I was on the radio. I was like, do you not have a gas pedal? Come on, bud.
I just put it in drive and just let it do its thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've been doing cruise control for the past week. It's been so nice. I have like no road rage and shit.
I don't even know what that is. I don't have that.
You don't?
No.
Oh, it's wild.
No cruise control, no power windows. I have AC and a heater,
you don't
of course.
Have power windows? How do you
got that old school crank?
Honestly, those, in my opinion, I like those better because if like I go into a lake and my car's like battery's fried, it's like the button's not working. I want to crank, window crank it down. It's stressing me out here. So that's good. What year is your Jeep?
2008.
2008. Okay.
But it's the sport. So it's like the base model.
Yeah.
And when you put the motors and stuff in for the power doors, it adds extra weight when you're trying to take them off.
Oh, so you just nope, can't do.
Right. Let's make this as basic as possible.
Good for you. Really light. I saw you towing a fucking Sequoia. Or
Gen
Cruiser.
5 4Runner, right?
No, oh, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
in the river.
That's embarrassing.
I don't know if we're allowed to say where that was, but
I don't care. Are you not allowed?
I think if the cops are like, oh, we saw your video of you being down there.
Oh yeah, I do have a lot of cops that listen to this that are pretty cool. So don't go all wild and have a wild hair up your ass and go, I got a lead on the off-roading case. Let's go, Higgins.
As long as
name's your dog.
That's my dog. As long as I feel like you're doing recoveries, though, I wasn't there. I wasn't there initially. I'm just here to recover.
He pulled a 4Runner out. I thought it was going to be the other way around, honestly, from everything I've seen. But
yeah, I love doing the recoveries. It's fun to just go to Pismo for the day and just
get
see
$20 when you pull someone out.
No, I don't even take money.
What the fuck?
I wouldn't take money, but
Why?
you also can't legally. You'll get in big trouble.
Oh, really?
Because the tow companies have the contract out there. So you're supposed to call them instead.
No, I'm getting Venmo, bitch.
Right.
I'm not you have to report that now. You're like, no, I'm getting paid in cash. I'm getting Zelled this shit right now. Prove to me that someone gave me money. You just text them the whole time.
Right.
Pulling them out. Thanks. Have a good day. By the way, Zell me $50.
I've gotten a beer here and there, but yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Recoveries are fun. I like doing that. Promoting the off-road crew. I'd like to start my own nonprofit, Dudes Against Domestic Violence.
Dudes Against Domestic Violence. DADM.
Yeah, perfect. I love acronyms.
Yeah. DADM, pretty good.
I think it's the dudes that are abused are far in between.
Oh, no. Wait. Dudes Against Domestic Violence.
Mm-hmm.
DADV. Double anal, double vaginal. You can't make it DADV.
Right, yeah, I can't.
Yeah, sorry, bud. You can't do Dudes Against Domestic Violence. It's
I need to come up with a better name.
It's like calling it BBC or BBW or something. You can't do that. My bad. I didn't mean to, ruin your hopes and dreams over there.
No, it's good. It's
I know
like
you're
a focus
victim,
group.
but there's I don't want everyone else to be a double anal, double vaginal victim either. Rebrand. It's fine.
It's not. Nothing's been paid for yet. So.
Well, it's a non-profit. It shouldn't be.
Well, I mean, someone's got to buy the domain name and.
Oh, DADV is definitely purchased. It's a porn site, but. Oh my God! What did you want to be when you grew up?
I guess a firefighter.
You want to be a firefighter? Wow, classic. One of the standard ones.
What's up?
One of the standard ones. Too.
I know, right? Well, my dad was a firefighter.
Oh, he was?
Mm-hmm, so I kind of grew up that.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, you have siblings and stuff?
I have a little sister.
Little sister? Yeah. Okay. Weird. You're from here, though. You grew up here?
Mm-hmm.
You were born here?
Born and raised, yep.
Oh, that's crazy. C Street?
No, we've always lived in the village.
No, I meant like, were you born on the C Street?
Oh, yeah, the old hospital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a funeral on yesterday, and I realized that a lot of these people were born down the street and they're buried on the same street.
That's really wild. Yeah.
Really fucking wild. And I was standing there with my dad, and I was like, it's pretty crazy because we were born a couple blocks away, and we're probably going to be buried right here.
Do you guys have a family plot?
No, we don't. But yeah, I really don't know what to do about that because my grandfather was cremated, but like I have no idea where his ashes were. I didn't go to a service, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know if that's like a Lompoc test or like, do you guys have a family plot up there on the hill?
It is a indicator anywhere you go. If like you're part of the place, you gotta, because there's so many names where I'm like, I went to high school or like I went to school, all kinds of these people.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize these names on my suggested friends all the time, last names and everything. So
yeah, is there any final questions? Is there
final? What do you mean? We're still going.
We're still going? You're looking at the clock and we gotta go.
Yeah, who looked at the clock?
I thought you were.
Oh, no, I don't think so. Oh, maybe questions? No, I'm just talking to you, dude. Just want to get to know you. I wanted to get that like version of your story, and your friend Matt was really excited to like have you around and wanted to, I don't know if he was championing it the most, but he was just a person I met, so that's who I'm using. He was a really cool guy. It was fun to meet you and then not talk to you whatsoever, and then just talk to him about 2A. So that was rad.
That happens a lot, but it's kind of easier to not talk about it, if someone else is willing to.
Yeah. Well, also I wanted to save a lot of this just for the recording, and I wanted to have an organic reaction, a first time kind of response. And
that's why I was kind of worried about going up. If we did go up to Figueroa, that's 2.5 hours of driving time. And
yeah, I was
talking.
You're fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna drive an hour and a half up there.
I actually thought about texting you today to see if you wanted to go with me in the Jeep, because they're doing a search up in Heritage Ranch.
Yeah, for that missing guy. Yeah.
And they need off-road vehicles to do that kind of stuff. I was like, maybe we could record it from the Jeep, but it's so loud. And
I didn't even think of course I didn't think about that. You thought about it. I would have never even thought that was something that they needed, was off-road people, available vehicles for that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like that?
No, never.
I didn't have an off-road vehicle, but I found a woman's body on Harris Grade when I was 10 years old.
What?
Yeah.
So then do you believe in the story of Agnes?
Nah. It's fun, but not really. There's a book, the local bookstore has a novel about it.
Really?
Yeah, someone wrote a whole Agnes backstory, and there's a book at the bookstore. I honestly want to go there and go check out books, because all mine are in storage and I've had nothing to read, and audiobooks can only stimulate you for so long, and I'm just fuck, I can't. I'm still in the middle of 3 different audiobooks, and it's just like real life, real books, tangible ones, where I'm I'm going to set this one down, buy a new one, read that, not finish it, go buy another one. I'm an asshole like that. But recently just got my ADHD meds.
Nice.
So I'm hoping maybe I can sit down, read a whole book, or finish a whole book, or maybe sit down and get through it.
Have you ever taken Adderall?
No, not Adderall. I have a non-stimulant one. It's a Strattera, so it's pretty nice, because I really wasn't interested in taking something that was basically pharmaceutical meth. I was like,
right.
I mean, I kind of am, because that sounds awesome, but also
if you want to read a book in a day, take some Adderall.
I didn't think it was so severe that I needed to be pharmaceutically inclined like that.
Yeah, Adderall and drinking, it's like a magic pill.
A magic pill?
You could drink a lot.
You know what's a magic pill? Blue Chew. It's a chew, not even a pill. Brought to you today by our sponsor, Blue Chew.
Yeah, no. Shouldn't we talk about that?
You can talk about anything you want.
This is a heavy one, y'all.
Oh, let's do it. So I've taken Blue Chews. They're amazing.
Yeah, likewise.
Just for fun. Well, I mean, not just for fun. Also, my dick wasn't working during the pandemic. Yeah, you got to see if it works. And it is so much fun, dude. You're just sitting there oh my God, I am 14 again.
That's what I was about to say.
Boner isn't going nowhere.
You feel like a young man again.
Like a young man again. I was I didn't even realize I was old enough to not have these kinds of erections. That thing is there no matter. It's,
And you can't get mad. It's where you been, bro?
It's like Waffle House, just, day and night. They're all around. It's so weird. It definitely gives you your confidence back, and it's not like a drug where you're I got to be on this for the next 10 years. It's
right.
I just take a Blue Chew a couple times, and then your dick's oh, see, we still got it. And then you just, be throwing it.
But in regards to Blue Chew and my testosterone, I also, when I herniated a disc in my lower back, it was L5S1. Yeah. And that's the nerve ending that controls.
Sciatica?
No, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
But that's the nerve ending where controls your boner or not.
Oh, that's crazy, because I found out recently that you can still have sex with your brain not engaged, because it's a spinal thing.
Wild.
So I was kind of wondering if there was something that was hurting my back. Mm-hmm. You saying that is making me wonder if there was something that was compromising my back.
I'd go to a chiropractor.
No, why?
They're amazing.
No, they're not. They're not even real doctors.
Have you been to
They're
one?
so fake. I can't believe you just said that to me with a straight face.
Dr. Gene Pritchett will work.
What is he a doctor of? They don't go to medical school for chiropractic.
They gotta do something.
Yeah, they go to a fucking thing that was founded by a scam
by another
artist.
chiropractor.
No, it was a scam artist whose son murdered him. Chiropractic was founded by a fucking gypsy snake oil salesman, and we still have it today. It makes no sense. It's not based in real science. So many people get their backs actually injured. My back is good. I like my electrician boss showed me a better stretch and keep me out of the chiropractor's office. There's really great videos.
Acupuncture?
I don't know about that. I've never heard anything about needles that is good for you to stick in your arm. Whether it's heroin, vaccines, aliens or what. So, that's another thing. Animal based, and I don't like chiropractors, bitch.
Dang.
Yeah.
Honestly,
and it's also a lot of people who are like make good living as chiropractors. They don't want to hear that their fake medicine is based in bullshit. It's just a good back crack. Like, I need to go get an adjustment. Like, they literally cannot adjust anything. That's not an actual fucking thing they're doing. You can't look up the terms and go, I'm gonna, like crack your neck and all the pressure is gonna go away. It's like, you're just cracking it. It feels good. You're not a fucking medical doctor. You're not anatomically inclined. It is a big red flag there. They're scary. That's an industry that your mom a chiropractor or something?
No.
Okay. But yeah, so be on the lookout. Those things, once you
when they get you in the recurring once a week plan.
That's the worst thing. It's so stupid. It's like okay, come back next month for your adjustment. If you went to a mechanic with your Jeep and the guy said, hey, come back next month so we can do this again, you'd be like, I think this guy's ripping me off. What the fuck is that about?
Like, what's wrong with this vehicle?
It makes no sense. Yeah. And it's like, what's wrong with my back? I think there's some asshole cracking it wrong because it's not real that what he's doing. And then it hurts again a couple of weeks later because he's just giving me momentary relief. Good thing my insurance covers it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. That's all I gotta say.
That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah. But wow, that's crazy. So your back injury hurt your boners.
Mm-hmm.
What a trip, man. Now you're scaring me. Maybe I think I might stretch my back and brought me all that good wood.
Right. So then, like there was some performance issues and stuff, and then that turned into a lot of more like verbal abuse. It's like you're not performing and stuff, and all that. And then
and that's wild.
So then once you have the fear,
no one takes that more personally than the girl you get soft on.
Right. And it's like, no, dude, like something's happening here.
Yeah, because it's like I'm definitely here, but there's something like taking it away from me.
And I thought it was, I don't know what it was, but maybe it's like low testosterone or what, but Blue Chew
snapped it right back into place. I know. Thank God for those podcast promo codes and stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's like $4 for your month.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, I'm just excited to watch you from like afar now.
That's the fun thing about breakups. That dude that I met that gave us those edibles, he was like, oh man, I told him my story, and like
why, you just annoy everyone with this?
No, because he asked, he's like, where's your
I have microphones asking about it.
I've been on like but he's like, I feel so bad for you having to start over, and like that must suck. Like I've been married for 25 years, I couldn't imagine starting over. And I'm like, actually no, it's a pretty beautiful process, and you can do whatever you want and be whoever you want to be, and then do it for the best.
There's a lot of times when I think about my relationship with Kylie, and I think, I don't know how much of me is good currently because of my own doing, or because I had someone like her around to make me that good, brought out the best in me. And a lot of things that I do like about myself and other people might like about me is I can, give her the credit for. So it is kind of scary. And I hear what he's saying, 25 years having to start over. I always dread that kind of thought if like me and her broke up and just having to start over again. It's like, I'm not sure if people like ladies like me because I have a girlfriend, so they know I'm like, at least someone will put up with me, or I'm actually likable as a person anyway. So like dating again would be just a nightmare. And then just knowing everyone's like kinks and quirks and idiosyncrasies, and like having to go through learning all that shit again, and then like finding out their trauma, and then like a couple months later they're going to tell you some like crazy shit that's rotten in Denmark. You're like, oh my God,
but they've been divorced and they trashed their ex-husband's house, and
so it is for some people it is a daunting thing, and it might be a little difficult. But if you think you are in a bad place or are in a bad relationship, or someone's being manipulative and abusive towards you, there is a lot of people out there that are a lot more caring and a lot more loving, that are going to treat you tenfold better than that. And I'm excited to see what that world has in store for you.
I am too.
Just out of just hearing this story, you know what I mean? because I didn't get like a before and after. I only get the after. So I just get to come into the already popular band. You know what I mean? I didn't get to.
Am I the popular band?
First album. I think you're cool. I don't know. Why not?
I know a lot of people see our stuff and wanted to come along, and everyone's welcome.
You always look like you're having a good time, always having fun. I was talking to one of my friends about you recently, and he was like, he just seems like he's in such a good mood. He's such a positive guy. I don't see how anyone could do this to him. And I was like, oh shit, you got me. He was almost like sold
this is going to be a popular episode then.
No, it's going to suck probably. Yeah, so no, you do you give off those vibes. I've definitely have conveyed that, or have that conveyed to me. So
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
And I feel a lot of people tell me that too on Instagram, where they've been following the 3 accounts, like mine, the photography, and hers. Mm-hmm. And like, we see her posts and we're just like, unfollow.
Man hating, only 20 likes, 20,000 fake followers,
right,
some bullshit, emojis for everything you use word wise. Oh, we had breakfast. Let's put some bacon in there.
Right.
So yeah, just shove everything in there, please.
I've just been trying to just keep my account just in the
genuine.
moment.
And I think that's, people love that real visceral in the moment, even if it's just like, this is what I'm eating right now. Like it's cool, because I think people who can tolerate content in general appreciate other people's content. You're not going to get the like fucking Gen Xer, like, why are they just taking pictures of their food? I'm just gonna have the same profile picture for 10 years.
Right.
Fucking, they just don't get it. I understand that they don't get it. I'm not like that. It's fine. I balance being a grumpy asshole and like archaic way of thinking, and also like, oh my god, I need to like get out there and.
Right. I've been enjoying. That's why since I shoot PCH Street.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'll be there at 8:30.
What is PCH Street for people who don't know, that are curious?
It's a new wine and beer lounge.
Wine and beer lounge, and it's right down the street here on H Street, huh?
You could literally walk out this back door, and we'd be in their back door.
Yeah. Oh wow, you're a back door kind of guy. Got it.
But
Ladies,
it's nice
listening.
But it's nice getting out on like Friday and Saturday nights again, and seeing people.
That must be a lot of fun, and I think that's something that kind of strengthened my relationship with Kylie too, is being able to get out and be free and have fun, and like realize like we don't need these like weird tight leashes on each other, and stop being like overbearing and controlling and jealous, because like relationships, that you gotta water them and they gotta grow. And I really like where we've arrived, and I like that 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, this was not how it was necessarily. It was good, but not as good as it is now. Like you always got to strive for, I think, the potential in anything that is possibly optimized. Whether it's like, I can get better at cleaning my car. Sorry, it's dirty. Fucking, just anything. Just sprinkling it on. Just getting a little shinier each time.
Amen. Yeah. I'll drink to that.
All right. Anything else?
I don't know. Not that I could think of.
You're always welcome back.
Yes.
You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, let's do it. How do we do that?
Cool.
Are we gonna cross knives now?
Yeah, let's do it. Bye, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, man.
Just now.